So let me know if my my audio is good.
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Bruh. All right, y'all. What it is, guys? It's your boy BHD, and today we am here to check out things that please me today. Not like that, because that wouldn't please anyone. If you unless you want to subscribe to the Only Toes, that's where you can see that stuff at. Daily feet nudes, premium feet nudes daily. You know, it's all sexy. You know, but yeah. So today we're here to react to some of you guys' videos, man. Yeah, I mean, my homeboy John Ross. Yeah, I'm saying he's one of you guys. He sent me some videos he wants me to check out today, but I'm gonna wait till he gets on stream. So I would love to react to Family Guy live with y'all. Okay, but we would be in a lot of trouble. We would be deep into the trouble. Not even the good type of deep trouble, like a, you know what I mean, like an in-shape female. It'd be horrible trouble. Like you know what I mean, like you're like, you know what I mean, like you're at a handsy uncle's house and you're of age, but you know he don't care. So, you know, but you some of you guys were saying you guys wanted me to check out what was that? Was it like some like Logan Paul or something? His wife is for the streets. Logan Paul's wife is for the streets. We going streets with a K. 3 Ks. It makes far more sense. Who sent me things? Okay, let's see. Okay. So apparently Logan Paul's wife is for the streets. You know what I'm saying? Which, why would he think she wasn't? But, you know, hey, but, you know, my philosophy is, if a dude wants a chick who, like every dude gets the, you know what I mean? A dude picks the girl he wants, you know? Like, he's got that's his, you know, like, I'm not doing it. You know, I'm not wifing up any of these American chicks. But, you know, if he wants to, there should be nothing wrong with him wanting to do that. You know, now I can't see you guys' comments, which is why I'm not reacting to them. And I'm pulling it up now. But, you know, hopefully. Let's see. So what you guys been up to, man? You guys,
Clash of Clans,
you know,
is a game all about
hopefully you guys haven't been. I love that. That's really real. Okay, so where's my live thingy at? Looking up for my live stream.
Real.
Oh, there we do.
Okay, so where's my live?
But yeah, alright, so yeah, we're gonna watch this Logan Paul. I mean, like, cause me, I'm not, look, ever since they got Fresh and Fit, I ain't talking about no more relationship stuff. No more. Hold up, I'm getting a call. What it is, bros?
Alright, man. Sorry I missed the start of the stream. Just dealing with that.
No, you're good.
Dealing with USAA and bullshit with them, so.
Yeah, you know, it'd be like that. Alright, so. Yeah.
Long conversations tomorrow with them.
I understand. Oh, you gotta have a long conversation with him tomorrow?
Yeah, no. You can start with whatever you want.
Oh, no.
I gotta go do some stuff real quick. I'll call you when I'm done with that. But
Okay.
Again, tell the stream if they want Army story time.
Yeah.
It's $50 per
So,
story.
yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start out for like a half an hour or so, or until you call me.
What?
I'm gonna start for like really a half an hour, at least until I get bored. I'm gonna talk about, you know, whatever happened in the world today, you know, Logan Paul's wife and a whole bunch of that stuff. And then maybe after about a half an hour, I'm gonna jump into the Christopher Lee.
Do you want to start with Sabaton, or you want to start with the?
Well, I'm probably gonna start. I'm probably gonna start with a.
Part 2.
I'm probably gonna start with a couple of Sabatons, and then I'm gonna play a couple of Sabatons, and then I'm gonna do the Christopher Lee.
I'm glad. Again, like I said, they're doing a thing where they're teaming up with history museums across the world that are World War I related, including the one I want to show you, which is the national, which is the. When they say national, it's the largest in the nation World War I museum at the Liberty Memorial.
Yeah.
Which is the World War I National Memorial.
Yeah.
Like I said, one of only 2 World War I tanks left in the world, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, we'll talk about that stuff.
They teamed up with Sabaton to make a hour-long music video movie. They helped fund it.
They made an hour-long music video movie?
Museums across Europe, South America.
It's an hour-long music video?
Music videos.
Oh, an hour worth of music videos.
They combined a bunch of music videos into a movie.
Oh my God. If I put that up, oh my God, that's wild.
It's not available yet online. It's going to be available this Friday at the museums only.
Oh, at the museums only.
On actual YouTube.
Understandable. Hey, super cute. Thank you for the $2 super chat, bros. Appreciate you. Yo, watch the Nair.
Real quick, I'm going to put her up while I do check some stuff downstairs.
Okay, all right, cool. I'll talk to you a little bit later. Hit me up when you're ready.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Bruh, watch 2 Guys, 1 Cup. Jason Ray, how could you do this to me? 2 Guys, 1 Cup, man. 2 Guys, 1. There's a different one. 2 Guys, 1 Cup. No, that's 1 guy, 1 cup, right? There's 2 guys now? No. Say it ain't so, man. BHD, you should do movie reactions. Word? Man, y'all would have to super chat me to do movie reactions, man. And then we would have to go over to Kick in order to even watch the mugs without getting in trouble, because they will pee on me like R. Kelly on YouTube if I do that type of stuff. Hey, yo, Drew, you still in there? Hey, Drew. Okay, he went back to the other crib. All right, y'all. So, man, I mean, personally, bruh, I don't, you know what I mean? I'm going to keep it real, bruh. You know what I mean? I only believe in marriage if I run into a woman that proves to me that shows me like 5 years that she's worth it. It take a year for me to decide to make a girl my girlfriend or not, because I like to take things slow. But after around 5 years, if that girl could treat me the way I want to be treated for 5 years straight, then I'll make her my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. You know what I mean? But until then, you know, like, if a female act like she's from the streets, then she can get the meat. But that's about it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you know, unless she can, like, show me for a year straight from that point that, you know, she deserved to be my girl, you know, like my girlfriend and shit. But if she can't do that, like, you know, then she could just, you know, just get bent over furniture, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not R. Kelly. What's up, Brian? Hey, yo, BHD. Hey, what's up, Anna Master? Did you get my request from the last live stream? I did not. Kindly pays. Oh, Kindly pause. You know what I mean? Super Mario 64, Altered Memory. Roll the tape bouncer. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, y'all got bouncer on me? He watching. You know what I mean? Is it good? Yo, did you hear that I Show Speed flashed his entire meat on stream? I Show Speed did flash his meat on stream. We gotta watch that. I mean, not the all of that, but some of it, you know? Not like that, but shows his meat. I Show meat. Y'all. But they wrong for that, bro. Bro, he had the whole stream up where he showed his meat too, man. That's a trooper, bro. Oh my God, bro. Please stop calling me I Show meat. Okay, we go react to this. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for this.
This shit ain't funny, bro. It's not funny, bro. I swear to God, I'm lying, bro. Strike me down right now. This shit is not funny, bro.
Diego
It's
donated
not.
$1.99.
It's not a joke. None of that.
Chat. I love you, ISHOWMEAT.
It's none of that. It's nothing. Just, like, bro, be a real human being right now for once, bro.
Slang underscore.
Bro, asking the internet to be a real human being for once, bro. That's not a winning battle. You are not going to win asking the internet, which is known for digital childness, you know what I mean, digital holistry, You know what I mean? Digital, what's another word for what I'm saying? Dang it, digital cantankery. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get them to stop being childish, man. That's not gonna. Oh, Arc G Poo. Yo, thank you for the $20 super chat, bros. I've been watching you for over 8 years, BHD. You should do more game content, bro. I got y'all, man. I got some game content. Y'all want to see the music video I'm putting together right now? I should show you. Is it up? It is. Y'all want to see that now? We gonna watch the I Show Speed stuff first. I got y'all. Bruh.
Score Wangers donated
I saw me.
$1.99 through Super
Show them
Chat.
balls, baby.
Love you, bro.
Show them balls,
We
baby.
don't hear me be for once, bro.
You
That's
know
all
they're
I
not.
ask,
You
bro.
know they're not gonna do that.
Just please, bro.
There's no
Just,
way
bro,
they do
like,
that.
just be a please,
NBAX
bro. Y'all
Space
sitting
God
here
donated
laughing, bro.
$4.99
Y'all
through
sitting here
Super Chat.
laughing, bro. Like,
There's-
I show meat.
There's no humanity. You come to the internet looking for humanity, bro. Bruh, think about it, guys. You know what I'm saying? I never went to the internet expecting people to treat me good, man. That's not what I got in YouTube for. I was like, man, now as long as I'm good and don't touch anybody who doesn't take their bra off without showing me their ID first, everything's gonna be good and the straight and narrow. No, you got at some point somebody's not gonna like you for something, and they gonna start spitting. It's just like in real life. Oh my God, Himalayas 2000. Yo, I got 2 vids for you. React to Blastphamoushd comment awards. Continue to the blastception. The second one is Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Foundries Save the Forest Battle. That shit was the best scene of all Transformers. Yo, I got you on the first one, but you got to send another $50 super chat towards the music videos, the production of the music video, all that stuff. Send another $50 super chat if you want the second one. I don't know. I love my ringtone. That shit lit. My ringtone lit. Hey, what's up? That's what's up. Oh, that's what's up. They got mini ripsticks. Bruh, a mini ripstick is like riding on top of a small clown car. Clown car is already small, but it's smaller. That's wild. You can give me one though. I'll try to ride it. Yeah. Yeah, just get all 3 of them. That's fine. They don't have any regular size ripsticks? Damn. All right, we'll just get 2 and we'll just order me, well, no, just get 3. Just get 3 and I'll just order 1 online. All right, cool. I'll see you when we get back. Bring hot Cheetos. All right, cool. And hot Doritos, too. And fentanyl. I'll see you when you get back. I forgot I was on stream about the fentanyl. All right, see you later. No one heard about the fentanyl. But I digress. That sucks, man.
guys, bro, this all I'm gonna say, bro.
I saw your balls, man.
You know what? Let me mute these donations real quick. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Y'all sitting here spamming, you know.
Oh my God.
But genuinely,
Hey, Money Mastermind, bro. What is BHD? I came back from Sacramento and I see you live. But dude was right. We need some BHD gaming videos. But my request, scary underwater video. God dang it. Shit. Dang it. Scary underwater videos. I'm gonna watch that after I watch some of this stuff. I got you. God damn. All right, but look, y'all might have to clip this stuff because I'm not recording none of this, so I won't get none of this. Like, I'm gonna have to do these separate for YouTube because this is funny.
bro, from the bottom of my heart, bro. This is truly an embarrassed fucking moment for me. And I've really been lately these past hours.
Yep. Y'all is stripping.
These past days and hours.
He out here
I've been
selling
suffering,
dick.
bro, mentally, bro.
He's showing penis for money.
At the end of the day, I'm still a human being,
He
bro.
a stripper, you a stripper, nigga.
And one of my
You a whole
worst fears
stripper.
that I never even wanted to happen.
His dick is loose.
Like,
It's
my
loose.
worst fear is that I've never wanted to happen.
His dick is
Like, as a
loose.
streamer, this is one of your worst fears.
Nothing he says, his dick is loose.
Yeah.
He's lying.
Millions of people seeing, you know, it's depressing, bro.
He's out here loose.
You guys don't know the feeling, bro, what I'm feeling right now, you know? You guys...
Hey, look. I showed Speed. I showed Speed. Look, on the bright side, you know how many women just saw your ding dong? You know what I'm saying? Now you gonna get premium ding dong prices. How else you get the bitches to pay the rent money? You gotta show them something, and you just showed them the whole thing. And flapping around and shit. It's like it had a fan behind it. Like it was, you know what I mean? Had to learn to shake the shit too. Not that I saw it when he did it, but you know what I mean? But I saw that. I saw the censored version. Luckily, I'm not into penis. You know, I try to stay away from the stuff. I'm actually definitely allergic to penis. Real talk. Yeah, I'm saying I've never had the stuff, but I would hate to see the reaction. You know what I mean? The other person would hate to see the reaction. You know, I wouldn't kill him, but someone would have to come pick him up. You know, he gonna get ride share, huh? That's what he gonna get. That they call that shit Uber ambulance, nigga. Yeah, come get him. He's done. Yeah, no, he's done. I better shut the fuck up next time. Ain't that right, nigga? Yeah, no, he said yeah. He just ain't move. Cause he sleep. Yeah, I wait. Oh yeah, no, that new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mess shit was good. You know, no. You know they had Ice Cube as Superfly when he came in and did the Bruno Mars song. God, that was my childhood. Good Lord, you know what I mean? Yep. No, he's still asleep. No, I didn't shoot him, but oh shit. Hey, what's up, JG? Alright, cool. That's what's up. Yeah. That's what's up. Alright, I'm about to turn them on right now. Which one you down to check out first?
Anyone you want. And I would recommend Wings to Stars is one.
What's it called?
I'd recommend Dark Secret Repaired. Race to the Sea. I'd recommend Shiroyama, which is based on The Last Samurai, the true story of The Last Samurai.
Shiroyama.
I'd also recommend Last Stand, which is about the last stand of the Swiss Guard.
Alright, cool.
Invasion of Rome.
The Last
In
Stand.
the 1500s, where they died for the last man.
Alright, I'm gonna check out The Last Stand first.
And the last one would be Primo Victoria, which is a song about D-Day.
Alright, so I'm gonna check out The Last Stand first. Alright, yo, I got a lot of viewer requests. We got a lot of viewer requests to get through today. Yeah, I mean, most importantly, I'm gonna be doing I got about 5 music videos, and I got
Count Dankula.
yeah, I got a Count Dankula, and I got the Fat Electrician, and I also got some of you guys' requests to do as well, man. Y'all asked me to do a couple, like Underwater.
Again, chat, this is JT again. If you want story time, you gotta pay BHD $50.
Yeah, that's what's up. So yo,
Story time, you gotta pay BHD $50.
JT is saying that he is down to tell you guys crazy war stories if y'all donate me $50. You know what I mean? He wants to tell y'all crazy war stories. But, you know, when I get a donation of $50 and y'all say it in the chat like, yo, this is for...
That will be between music videos. I'm not going to pause the
Between music videos. Yeah, I didn't pause the music videos. All right, so with that being said, we got 5 music videos, and we got 1 Fat Electrician and a Christopher Lee, part 2 to watch. All right, so let's get through with those. After I get through with those, we're going to do the Underwater video from Money Mastermind, and then Himalayas wanted me to check out comment awards. Blastphamoushd HD comment awards number something. I'm gonna type those in right now so that I
said that to the cab.
Do not forget. Let's see. Blastphamoushd
Lol.
comment awards V94. I'm just typing it in. I don't even know this. Oh, you want me to watch my own video? That makes sense. Good Lord. I want to watch my own video. Okay. All right, Joe. All right, so we were starting with the Sabaton. All right, so this is Sabaton. This is
3 of the 5 videos are already figured out. I'll figure out the other 2 when we listen to them.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go.
All right, we're gonna start with The Last Stand.
This video is
Yeah. If anyone understands the history, this is about the Papal Guard in the 1500s when the quote-unquote Holy Roman Empire sacked Rome, and then the Swiss Guards died to almost the last man to protect the Pope.
Yeah, there's a lot of history behind this song. It's brought to you by John Ross, you know, because he's sponsored. Check it out. These are all military history songs. You guys suggested them. We doing the mugs. Let's get it. You know what I mean? You guys want to watch the original video? The link will be in the description down below, but probably not because there's a live stream.
For music videos, BHD is always good for that.
Always good for that. Let's do this.
He does shit that he's not exactly good at. I had to do the joke. Alright, here we go.
I like to let him stew in it.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, no, the other ones are this, Shiroyama, which is the last samurai song, When to Sars Arrive, and then the other 2 would be Primo Victoria.
Yeah, I'm listening to you while you're talking.
In the heart of the Holy See, in the home of Christianity, the seed of power is in danger. There's a hope of 1,000 souls. They've been abandoned by the Lord. The fall from grace will pave their path to damnation. Then the 189 in the service of heaven. They're protecting the holy line. It was 1527. Give their lives on the steps to heaven. Thy will be done. For the grace, for the might of our Lord, for the home of the holy, for the faith, for the way of the sword. Give their light so boldly. For the grace, for the might of our Lord, in the name of His glory. For the faith, for the way of the sword. Come and tell the story again. On the guard of 42, along the secret avenue, His house Sant'Angelo is waiting. They're the gods of the Holy See. They're the gods of Christianity. The path through history is paved with salvation. They're the 189 in the service of heaven. They're protecting the holy line. It was 1527. Give their lives on the steps to heaven. Thy will be done. For the grace, for the might of our Lord, for the home of the holy, for the faith, for the way of the sword. Give their light so boldly. For the grace, for the might of our Lord, in the name of His glory. For the faith, for the way of the sword. Come and tell the story again.
Oh shit! Copyright. Fuck. Oh shit. Damn. Fucking copyright. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. 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 Let me call you back, yo. I gotta talk to my my editor guy because he says we might have got a copyright.
Tell him to calm the fuck down.
Word. Calm the fuck down about what?
Well, Sabaton.
Calm the fuck down about Sabaton.
Copyrights.
So how did they not claim copyright if we got a copyright?
They want their stuff exposed. They're an underground band that's trying to get fucking more exposure. They like reaction videos.
Yeah, but we got the copyright. We got the copyright notice.
Oh, did somebody actually copyright it?
Yes, that's what that means.
Well, it wouldn't be Sabaton. Oh, God, the record company.
Yeah, they're more than likely the record company. Fuck.
Those cunts. I didn't even think about them.
I told you. Shit. Fuck. You want me to start? You want me to start on a fat electrician?
Fuck it, just do that, and
Yeah.
then we'll try the other Sabaton videos later. Or if we have to go to Kick to do Sabaton, that's fine.
Okay. That's what's up.
Just send me the link so I can hop on Kick.
I got you. Let me see. Nick. I told man, bro. See,
Which is the mosquito.
see, you be thinking I be capping, bro. You be thinking I be joking, bro. You think I be joking when I be talking about that copyright stuff, bro?
In
They don't-
1941,
It's one of those things where it's like, I've seen so many other people react to it.
I know, right?
I'm
Like,
just going like, why would they copyright you? But
Yeah.
instead of everybody else.
all right, so
I
yeah,
don't think it's the band themselves.
it's more than likely not. It's more than likely not the. It's more than likely not the band. It's more than likely not the band, but whoever is like managing them or something, they're probably copywriting.
I don't think it's the band themselves. I think it's some record company assholes.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, but you know, I just know certain things will get me copyrighted. So if I'm, yeah, I mean, I know my way around.
If we have to move to Kick to do the Sabaton reaction.
Yeah, we can move the we can move the Kick to do the Sabatons. We can do the Kick to move to the Sabatons. We can go on Kick because they won't hit me with reactions like that. So you want me to do the fat electrician and the other one?
The mosquito.
All right, cool. I'm doing them.
Just go to Christopher Lee.
All right, and then after that we'll go on the Kick and then do the Sabatons.
And just send me the link to Kick. And
Yeah. After that we'll move the Kick to do the Sabatons. God dang, that's wild. Dang, yo, whoo, bro. Thank you, Drew, man. I'm so glad Drew was watching this for the bro. Oh my God. Oh, that would have been Murder She Wrote. Oh, dang. I'm glad they got it before that though. All right, so we about to check out. You know what I mean? Fat Electrician. This video is called DH98 Mosquito. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Me, like. You guys have been trying to get me into watching more different, listening to more different types of music lately. You know what I mean? So when y'all donate, when y'all super chat, you know what I mean? Like, as long as it helps me with my music videos, if it's the right amount to help me with my music videos, I reacted in mugs. So alright, so this video is called Wrecking and Trolling the Germans with a Wooden Plane. You know what I'm saying? This video is sponsored by JT. You know what I mean? He brings this to us. You know what I mean? He is a military vet. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get to the video. I don't want to talk for too long because I will procrastinate. Let's do this.
In 1941, the British government finally and reluctantly agreed to let a speed freak build their next warplane. And this man took two 1,600 horsepower engines, stuck them inside of a wooden airplane, and things immediately got out of hand in the best way possible. Today we're talking about the DH-98 de Havilland Mosquito.
Yeah, Havilland Mosquito. Okay, that's cool.
And while the official nickname is the Mosquito, it also goes by the Mossy, the Loping Lumberyard, the Wooden Wonder, and the Timber of Terror. And when something has that many different nicknames, you know it's going to be good. And just like so many other stories, this story too begins with a word from our sponsor, because this video is brought to you by my favorite Naturally, he's got to get him one of those. The only problem is, building a plane, as I'm sure you can imagine, costs a lot of money, even back then when they were just biplanes. So, where's he going to get all this money? Well, he's going to do exactly what any self-respecting man would do. He's going to go to grandma for a 0% interest loan. And when I say a 0% interest loan, I mean he goes to his grandmother and asks for a, and I quote, advance on his inheritance. Straight up, Grandma, you need to fucking die or front me the money because I'm trying to make history over here. So Grandma, being the gangster that she is, decides that she's going to give little Jeffrey £1,000 for his airplane project. Now, full stop. £1,000, you're like, oh, $1,000, that's a lot of money. No, this is 1909. £1,000 back then is equivalent to like almost $200,000 American, okay? Like, Grandma is apparently loaded. So he gets all this money and he begins designing.
Yes, Jasmine Black, the wooden wonder.
And making his own airplane, and after 2 long years, the day finally comes that his airplane is finished and it's finally ready for its first flight. So he hops in, takes his plane up into the sky, and everything goes absolutely perfect right until he crashed it. The plane is completely destroyed, and like every other speed freak and race car driver I've ever met in my entire life, de Havilland just crawls out of the wreckage and was like, that's fun, let's do that again. He then proceeds to make his very own aircraft manufacturing company. Fast forward a couple of decades, de Havilland owns a very successful airplane company, and it's the early 1930s, and everybody is beginning to make their planes out of metal, but de Havilland isn't having it because he thinks that making planes out of metal is dumb. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing here, but he's basically like, metal weighs more than wood, which means that my plane is going to be slower by making it out of metal. Why on earth would I do that? To which the entire aviation community basically yells at the guy like, well, metal is stronger than wood, duh. And he's like, fucking, it's an airplane. What? Just don't run it into shit. It'll be fine. If you want strong, go build a tank. What are we even talking about here? Have you ever seen a fucking squirrel with knight's armor on? No, it doesn't make any fucking sense. So de Havilland's like, fine, I'm just going to have to prove it to these people. In 1934, they're going to have the McRobertson Air Race. It's 11,200 miles from England to Melbourne, Australia. You have to fly all the way there. You can take
everyone says it about their race, though.
You can stop to refuel as many times as you want. There's this huge cash prize of £15,000. All the fastest airplanes on the planet are going to show up and try to win this race. So de Havilland creates the DH-88 Comet, ends up being the fastest plane in the world at this point in time, and obviously wins this race. And obviously, nobody cares because it's made out of wood, and they said that that's dumb. So nobody's going to learn anything from the point he just proved. Fast forward 1936, post-World War I, Germany is starting to rearm their entire country. Britain takes note, and they're like, wow, we should build up some weapons too in case they try something. So they put out a bid. They let all the aircraft manufacturers know that they're looking for a twin-engine medium bomber that's capable of carrying 3,000 pounds and cruising at a speed of 300 miles an hour. So
yes, it is Himalayas. This is the Mosquito. So yo, Himalayas and the Money Mastermind. I got you guys for your requests. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do John Ross first. He hit me up first, you know what I'm saying? But yes, this is the Mosquito.
There's money to be made with the government contract. All the airplane manufacturers flock to it and start putting in their bids and their designs for their planes. And pretty much all of them follow the conventional knowledge of how to build a bomber at this point in time, which was to have a humongous, powerful airplane made out of metal and absolutely covered in machine guns everywhere, because you need to be able to fire in all directions to fight off all the fighter planes that are going to try to shoot you down. And absolutely everybody follows that basic outline, except for de Havilland. He decides that he's going to build a plane using a completely different ideology from everybody else. Instead of having a plane that's going to have armor and machine guns and be able to win a firefight in the air against other fighter planes, he's just going to avoid the firefight altogether. Because at the end of the day, the bomber's job isn't to shoot down fighter airplanes, it's to deliver the bomb. He's going to get rid of all the armor, all the machine guns, all the defensive countermeasures that other bombers have, and use all of his efforts to try to get this plane as fast as possible to just be able to outrun the firefight. Because you know what's better than getting shot at and having body armor on? Not getting shot at. Realizing that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, he's going to make this plane as fast as possible, and to do that, he's going to make it out of wood. Again. So, he builds his wooden bomber. He then proceeds to take the most powerful aircraft engine on the planet, the Merlin, and sticks 2 of them inside of this thing. And this aircraft is the fastest warplane on the planet. With a cruising speed of 325 miles an hour and a max speed of almost 400 miles an hour, this thing is absolutely untouchable, and that's not even the impressive part. It's the manufacturing process where de Havilland's idea stands head and shoulders above the competition. You have to remember, they're going into World War II. Plastic wasn't widely used yet, and anything that's plastic today was probably metal back then. Metal was used for absolutely everything from canteens to tanks to airplanes.
That's what's up.
All of it was metal. metal, meaning that throughout the course
So
of
they
World War
use the
II,
same
metal
engine.
became extremely scarce, so much so that America was trying to build ships out of concrete,
That's
and Great
what's
Britain
up.
was trying to build an aircraft carrier out of wood pulp and ice. So being able to build a bomber out of a cheap and readily available resource like wood was a humongous deal. And it all trickles down from there, because not only are you just using an untapped resource, by using wood, that means that you're not going to have metal workers and riveters working on
Merlin
the plane.
sounds like it
You're going to
works
have
good.
woodworkers working on your plane, which at this point in time was a pretty much untapped labor pool that was still doing other stuff like
Damn,
building
it works so
cabinets and
good, the
pianos.
Germans
They had
started
no
trying to
real
copy
way
it
to
and fail
contribute
every
to the war
time.
effort, except now they do. And the list of benefits keeps going. I feel like I'm in an infomercial.
But I'm not done yet.
Because the Mosquito's plan is not to fight firefights in the air, but to simply outrun them, you know what the Mosquito doesn't need? Machine guns. You know what you don't need if you don't have machine guns? Ammunition. And you know what you also don't need if you don't have machine guns?
Yeah,
People
feel free
to
to laugh
fire
at
the
Nazi
machine
explosion.
guns. So you're
No
also
skin off my
saving
back.
guns, ammunition, and personnel, because the Mosquito only has 2 crew members. And you know what all those things do? They add weight to the aircraft, like over 1,000 pounds, meaning that now that all that's gone, the Mosquito can now carry an extra 1,000 pounds worth of bombs to drop on the enemy, which is actually what a bomber's job is. So just to recap, de Havilland has now delivered a bomber to the British government that is made out of a readily available resource with a brand new untapped labor pool that is cheaper in pretty much every way, and it delivers more bombs faster to the enemy. So clearly, the British government fucking hates it. And I mean, really, Sir Geoffrey de Havilland really should be more considerate. How are these poor politicians and defense contractors going to be able to feed their kids if he's out here trying to make planes that are cheap and reliable? I mean, what's the point of even going to war if you're not going to make a bunch of money off of it, right? Look, I guess I'm just glad it's not a uniquely American thing for this to happen. So all the other aircraft manufacturers are talking smack about de Havilland's idea. They're saying that it's basically a giant model airplane and that wood is not a suitable building material for a respectable plane and all this other stuff that they're desperately trying to come up with so that he doesn't win the bid. And that's when Lord Teeny Mittens, Beaverbrook over here chimes in. He's the Minister of Aircraft Production for all of Britain, and he just shuts the project down. I'm assuming it's because a giant model airplane would make his hands look even tinier.
I've got these tiny hands, and that's gonna make them look even tinier.
In fact, the only person that even liked the idea of the Mosquito was the Air Marshal for the RAF, Sir Wilfrid Freeman, who also, by sheer coincidence, is the only man in this conversation that has flown planes in combat and presumably knows what he's actually talking about and doesn't have a vested financial interest in the outcome. Freeman is also responsible for the RAF ordering the Spitfire, the Hurricane, and the Lancaster bomber, as well as the development of the Merlin engine. Like, he's got a pretty good track record of picking amazing planes. So obviously we're going to listen to what Sir Wilfrid Freeman has to say, right? Wrong. 100% wrong. What we're going to do is we're going to have Lord Bitchmittens over here, fire him, transfer him to a different department, and then take credit for all of his accomplishments and use that newfound status to kill the Mosquito project once and for all. Because politics. And that's pretty much it. 1937, the British government told de Havilland, kick rocks, we're not interested. We're going to move on with our life. Fast forward, 1940, World War II has in fact kicked off, and it is not looking that great for the British because we are right in the middle of the Battle of Britain. Okay, if you don't know, the Battle of Britain, also known as the Air Battle for England, was basically the Germans were bombing Britain every day for about 3 months straight. Britain was obviously sending up their air force to fight back. Both sides lost thousands of people and thousands of airplanes. Okay, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, I'm trying to tell you the RAF is now short a bunch of planes and a bunch of pilots, and there's really no way of replenishing the amount of planes because metal is extremely scarce, as well as the manpower to make the planes anyways. If only there was some type...
Hey, JT, hold on. I got another call coming through. Hello? You're looking for Francisca Dominguez?
Yes.
This is not she.
Okay, I do apologize. Thank you.
Okay, have a nice day. Oops. Shit. That wasn't on purpose, JT. Accidentally ended the call. And we're back.
Okay.
Yep. Let's see. Alright, back to the video.
type of plane that they could make out of an alternative material to metal that had a completely different labor force to build it. Oh wait, we've had that literally the entire time, we just didn't want to use it because of politics. Perfect. So the British government finally reluctantly orders 50 of them. So de Havilland gets to work right away, builds all these planes, turns them over to the RAF. The RAF then starts practicing with them, and the pilots absolutely love them. The only problem is they're a little bit hard to take off and land, which makes sense because they're basically a paper airplane with a fucking V8 attached to them. So the decision gets made that only the best pilots are going to be allowed to fly these things, and now we got to find what the first mission for the Mosquito is going to be, and it's going to be super secret because nobody knows that this plane even exists yet. So up until this point in the war, the British really didn't have a surveillance plane capable of flying over enemy territory and seeing what they were up to, so they were actually using their fighters, the Spitfire, to do that. And while the Spitfire is awesome, it sucked for this particular job because it simply couldn't hold enough fuel to go very far into enemy territory. The Mosquito, on the other hand, instead of filling it with bombs, we're just going to fill it with an extra gas tank, and this thing is going to be able to fly from England all the way to the Soviet Union and back in one flight without refueling, and that's exactly what it does. Yeah, the Mosquito is for all intents and purposes the world's first long-range reconnaissance aircraft that set the groundwork for every aircraft after it. It's basically the acoustic SR-71. So that's what they use it for the rest of 1941. 1942 rolls around, they're like, oh hey, good idea. This thing can hold 4,000 pounds worth of ordnance. What if we just did one 500-pound bomb and some extra fuel tanks, and then we could bomb super deep into enemy territory?
Hey, what's up, ZR the King? Hey, what's up, Lisa Smith? Hey, what's up, Sumar? What's up, the Anxious Astronomer? Nigga, Ice Dog. What's up, Wesley Lewis?
And that's exactly what they're going to do. Operation Jericho, a bunch of wooden wonders are going to low-level penetrate deep into enemy territory and deliver a payload. Try saying that with a straight face. So a bunch of Mosquitoes take off to Norway. They are going to bomb Gestapo headquarters with 500-pound bombs. They fly all the way there above the ground and or ocean at like 100 feet, make it there more or less completely undetected, and bomb Gestapo headquarters. The only problem was, because they were so low to the ground, they decided that they were going to extend the fuse time on the bombs because they don't detonate on impact, they detonate on a timer. So they extended the timer to 11 seconds to allow the planes to get out of the blast radius of the bomb. So they went ahead and they dropped the bombs. The bombs were a direct hit on the Gestapo building. The only problem was the fuse was a little bit too long, and a 500-pound bomb traveling at like 400 miles an hour apparently has enough force in it to go through one wall, through the building, and out the other wall.
Damn.
And all four of the bombs did exactly that, flying completely through the building before detonating. So the mission failed successfully. Did they accomplish their goal? Not really, but they did prove that the Mosquitoes were pretty much unstoppable and very accurate. So now they're going to begin using the Mosquitoes to
they are
bomb
some bitches.
Germany. Every night they're going to begin sending out swarms of Mosquitoes to bomb Germany on their own home turf to begin weakening their morale. And with the Mosquitoes, this works for some reason way better than any other plane was ever able to do it. Like, the Mosquitoes rarely ever get caught when they're dropping bombs. So they're kind of like, okay, well, let's try a bigger bomb then. And the RAF starts using the Mosquito to drop the 4,000-pound blockbuster bomb on Berlin. They then proceeded to do that every single night for 220 nights straight, earning it the nickname the Berlin Express. And then somebody at the RAF finally puts together the fact that maybe the Mosquitoes are so successful at not getting caught on their bombing runs, not necessarily because it's nighttime and not necessarily because they're really fast, but because they're made out of wood, and wood doesn't give off nearly as strong of a radar signature as metal does. Which means it stands to reason that they would have just as much success bombing during the day as they would at night, which, if successful, is going to be extra demoralizing because at this point in time, everybody understands that there's never bombing raids during the daylight because the fighter jets will be able to take them out immediately. But in the case of the Mosquito, if they don't get picked up on radar, nobody might scramble the fighter jets until it's too late. So the RAF, with their immaculate sense of British humor, realize that this is a very rare opportunity to troll the enemy that they cannot afford to waste. So, British intelligence finds out that January 30th, 1943, the Nazis are going to be holding a humongous rally to celebrate their 10-year anniversary of coming to power. It's going to be huge. Hitler's right-hand man, Hermann Göring, is going to be there giving a big speech. They're going to put the entire thing out on the radio waves so the whole country can hear it. It's going to be a huge morale boost to the Nazis. And it probably was, right up until the RAF sent out the Mosquitoes and bombed all of the broadcasting towers for Berlin, so the entire country just got to hear explosions, screams, and then the radio cut out forever. And then the British turned it into an entire propaganda thing, because not only are we hitting you on your own home turf in broad daylight, it's also in a wooden plane. So the Nazis are absolutely furious. They want to retaliate, so they ramp up air raids on Britain. The only problem is they can't really pull them off in daylight, but it is 1943, so they have figured out how to put radar in their individual fighter planes, meaning that the night raids are going to be far more successful than they ever were before. Or so they thought, because guess what? The British have a plane that's pretty much immune to radar. So they take the Mosquito bomber and they turn it into the bomber fighter by putting 4 20mm machine guns in the nose, plus another 4 Browning machine guns in the nose, and then send them out as night fighters, and they proceed to absolutely wreck the Luftwaffe in night combat, because they can't be seen by radar, and they have radar to see them. Then, after seeing how incredibly good the Mosquito was at night fighting, the RAF had another brilliant idea. What if they sent out a bunch of Mosquito night fighters to wait above German airfields, and then sent out regular bombing raids with regular bombers, and when those bombers got picked up on radar, they would scramble the German fighters to go up and intercept them, but the Mosquitoes would already be above them and literally spawn kill the Germans the second they got in the air. Not only did this work, it virtually shut down the Luftwaffe's ability to operate at night altogether, and the British were able to bomb Germany completely unopposed. At this point, Hermann Göring is sitting in his office like,
Okay, fine, I'm cool, I'm fine.
okay, and you have to remember, Hermann Göring in World War I was a fighter pilot. He scored 7 kills in World War I, making him an ace. So like the whole aerial combat thing is like his ballpark. So the fact that the RAF is having a warheads on foreheads extravaganza and there's nothing he can do about it is driving him absolutely insane. And then you sprinkle on top the fact that he's over there with his superior German engineering and the RAF is just dunking on him and his men in what amounts to a Pinewood Derby plane. This man is about to lose his mind. So he creates a special division of the Luftwaffe whose sole purpose is to find and destroy the Mosquitoes. Okay, they're already struggling in the war, and this man has now just cut out an entire section of his Air Force to do nothing but hunt down these wooden planes and try to destroy them. Needless to say, it fails miserably. So at this point, Hermann Göring's like, well, if I can't beat him, I've got to join him. So he orders his men to build him a wooden plane. And they straight up copy the Mosquito. Like, so much so that they also call it the Mosquito, but they just spell it with a K. Like, straight up, yeah, you can copy my homework, but make it look a little bit different. That's what they did. So they get the Mosquito with a K built, and to the surprise of absolutely nobody, it's a pretty awesome plane. But then guess what happens to it? You're never gonna guess what happens to the German Mosquito. A bunch of high-ranking Nazis, politicians, get together and they're like, I don't think a wooden plane's a good idea. I want big metal planes with metal armor and a bunch of machine guns all over them, because that's the way to go. The same political BS that shut down the British Mosquito 10 years prior is now holding up the Nazis. So much so that they don't even get their first test flight in until June of 1944, which is way too late in the war for the Nazis to begin making a new type of plane and mass producing it. So that's it. The Germans never really got their version of the Mosquito. They ended up losing World War II. Everybody lived happily ever after. So I guess while it was dipshit politicians with teeny hands that prevented the British from getting the Mosquito on time, it was also dipshit politicians that prevented the Nazis from getting the Mosquito on time. So everything kind of equals out in a weird roundabout kind of way. In conclusion, the de Havilland Mosquito at a glance might appear to be this one-off weird thing that happened one time during World War II, but in reality it is probably the single most important and influential aircraft in aviation history. You see, all planes today are not built with the ideology that they need to have armor and machine guns in order to take a hit and return fire, or at least most of them aren't.
Yeah.
They would pretty much all much rather be so fast that they can't be caught, or so sneaky that they never get seen. And that entire strategy was pioneered by a wooden plane in World War II known as the de Havilland Mosquito. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at the Fat.
The extended edition DVDs on Return of the King.
Count Dankula. Ooh.
Return of Part 2.
Christopher Lee. My man.
Now check. Dankula's gonna cover the story, but a good chunk of you have already heard it, probably, because you're all probably Lord of the Rings fans. I know BHD likes Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I like being Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
It don't matter if they heard it or not.
No. What happens is in the extended edition, they have a good death scene for Saruman.
The eye patch was
And how he's killed, he was stabbed in the back and they wanted him to scream out loud, and Christopher Lee goes to Peter Jackson.
On this video because it really helps.
Yeah.
When a man is stabbed in the back, he does not scream. He goes, ugh, gasps, like as the air is forced out of his lungs from the back. And I know this because I witnessed it and committed it during World War II.
That's what's up.
And then Peter Jackson said, and then he proceeded to tell me stuff about clandestine World War II operations, which he made me clear to secrecy, and if I share, the British government will arrest me until 2055.
Oh, they'll arrest you if you talk about how you stabbed that guy in the back in the war?
Oh, Christopher Lee did more than that. He did. Everything he did is not going to be released for another 25 years.
That's what's up. So, so what happened? What happened when you got stabbed in the back? What when you stabbed that guy in the back?
His cousin, Christopher, I can't remember his first name, something Fleming, was the guy who created James Bond, and he literally based it off of Christopher Lee's life.
He's the guy who created James Bond, and he based it off of Christopher Lee's life?
Off of his cousin's life.
Nigga.
Yes.
Off his cousin's life. So
And
what?
Christopher Lee played a Bond villain. You know,
Yo, so what happened when you?
Golden Gun?
What happened when you stabbed that guy in the back? Yeah, I heard about the golden gun, but what happened when you stabbed that guy in the back? Like, I'm interested. Like you say, when you stab somebody in the back, all the air comes out of them.
Christopher Lee never confirmed how he knew it exactly. He just said, I saw it happen in World War II, or I knew about it because of World War II. And he never elaborated officially to anybody.
So you said
He
you.
shared it privately.
So you said you saw it, and you did it.
There's an interview. It's on YouTube.
There's an interview that's on YouTube.
Yeah. Christopher Lee about stabbing somebody in the back and the sound he made. And again, he doesn't, he basically says, I know this because of World War II, but how because of World War II, I'm not going to get into.
Okay, that's cool. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start the video.
Yeah, he plays very coy. He's like, I know what I did. Good luck figuring out news reporters.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would he not tell anybody if they ask him about it?
Because it's literally classified by British government under law of penalty of death until 2055.
Because it's classified. Talking about like what sound.
Even though he's dead now, if he had shared it with his family and his family started to talk about it, they could be put to death.
They would not be put to death.
Till 2055. Oh, you want to bet?
Yeah, probably. I'd bet a little bit of money. At least $30.
You don't want to play that game when it comes to shit from World War II. You'd be surprised.
I probably would be surprised.
I'm not supposed to share.
I'm
not going to share.
I probably would be surprised. That's understandable. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start the video.
All right, sorry I talk so much.
No, you're good. I like talking to you, man. You're cool.
Typecast as the horror guy. He wanted to break away from the image that his Hammer career had, for better or worse, given him. And he wanted to show off a bit more of his range. His role as Mycroft Holmes in 1970's The Private Life of Sherlock Holmes was a good start. And it was actually Lee's third role in a Sherlock Holmes movie. He had also played Sir Henry Baskerville in 1959's The Hound of the Baskervilles, and because Lee just couldn't resist playing pretty much every pop culture icon, he played the great detective himself in 1962's Sherlock Holmes and the Deadly Necklace. While Lee's time on Baker Street was good for showing off his acting chops, Lee's big opportunity to shine came from an unexpected place. Another horror movie. But this was no ordinary horror movie. It was The Wicker Man. The writer, Anthony Shaffer, and director Robin Hardy wanted to make a more cerebral horror film that was unlike the Hammer films that had come before it, which was a prospect that Lee found very enticing for obvious reasons. So he was very eager to sign on for the lead role of Lord Summerisle. However, the movie had a very low budget, so the production wasn't able to afford the normal fees for many of the people involved. Obviously, being unable to afford to make a movie would usually leave it dead in the water, But luckily, Lee was so passionate about getting it made that he and some other members of the cast and crew took on the job for free. With its funding secured, The Wicker Man was shot in October and November of 1972 in Galloway in Scotland. Can you see the problem yet? Shooting outdoors in one of the coldest countries in the world in winter is just not fun at the best of times.
Hello.
But The Wicker Man was set in the spring.
Hey, what's
So
up,
the
y'all?
cast couldn't even wrap up warm. They had to dress for spring weather in the frigid Scottish climate and then give a good acting performance while trying not to show that they were absolutely freezing. The extras actually had to stuff ice in their mouths so that there was no condensation from their breath, and one of Lee's co-stars actually caused a little bit of controversy by calling Galloway the bleakest place on earth, which resulted in the producers having to apologise to the offended locals. But let's be fair, it's kind of true. Despite the hardship of the shoot, Lee had a great time because he knew he was part of something extraordinary. And he considered the finished product to be the best movie that he ever made. In fact, Lee was so proud of his work that he paid for his entire press tour out of his own pocket when the film was released in 1973.
Good
and
Lord,
he spoke
he
to
called it the most
anyone
bleakest
and
place on earth,
everyone
huh?
that wanted to talk about the movie with him. Allegedly, this resulted
That's
in
cool
some
that he's from
farmers
Scotland, he
being
still lives in
surprised
Scotland.
by
Yeah, that's what's up.
Christopher Lee appearing live on early morning
Yeah.
public access
Shut
shows in Iowa to tell them all about The Wicker Man. Lee was actually very busy this year because he also went to Spain
Hey,
to
what's up,
star in
TJ McLean?
1973's The Three Musketeers as the Count de Rochefort, where
Hey, what's up,
he
DJ
put
Stockton?
his impressive fencing skills to good use once again. However, despite being in a much warmer climate than when he shot The Wicker Man, the shoot was just as hard for the exact opposite reason. It was too fucking hot. And Lee couldn't just sleep all day to avoid the heat like the natives do because he actually had to do some work. So Lee had to make an action movie in the middle of the Spanish summer. And if all of the moving around with heavy swords wasn't sweaty enough work, Lee also had to do this in really heavy period clothes and boots with chunky heels.
Damn.
Imagine what the costume department's laundry room must have smelled like. Another noticeable part of Lee's wardrobe was an eye patch, which made filming his sword fighting scenes even more awkward and dangerous because it messed with his depth perception.
Damn.
But nevertheless, Lee managed to get through the shoot and look pretty damn cool while doing it. And not only in
what's
this
up,
movie,
y'all?
but also in its two sequels.
Ooh, Captain Hook. Ooh, tell us one. This nigga dressed like Captain Hook, bro. That's funny. Bro, he fighting a dude
The
that
eye
look like Peter
patch
Pan,
was
too.
never actually mentioned in the book, but Lee looked so cool with it that this invention of the movie became iconic and was copied in subsequent remakes and reboots. So Lee was
damn.
once again the mainstream source for the public image of a character, just like he was with Dracula. And if that wasn't enough, Lee rounded off a very busy 1973 with a party at Paul McCartney's house with a bunch of other celebrities, which is pretty normal behaviour for a famous person so far. But it just so happened that Paul needed a favour. He had just made an album with his band that people only bother to remember as not the Beatles, and he needed some cover art. The album was called Band on the Run, and Paul had the bright idea of dressing up himself, his band, his wife, and 6 of his famous pals as convicts caught trying to climb the prison walls. Among these celebrities was the American actor James Coburn and also Clement Freud, who was the grandson of professional weirdo Sigmund Freud. And
Happy
because
Monday,
the
y'all.
entire world seemed to revolve around Lee, he was naturally one of the lucky 6 as well. Everyone involved headed over to the wall of Osterley Park in London, where the photographer brought copious amounts of 16mm film to take the shot, which went on to become one of the most iconic album covers of all time. Despite how easy that picture looked to take, the photographer actually ended up taking 24 pictures in total. The reason for this is the fact that the lack of light meant that the exposure time of the camera was 2 seconds, throughout which everyone in the picture had to stay completely still. However, this wasn't easy because everyone involved had just come from a party the night before and was therefore experiencing what was called a substance haze.
Uh-oh.
But the technical term for it is that they were all still pretty wasted.
Cocaine.
Of the 24 photos, only 4 were actually usable, and the best of those was chosen for the album cover. Since Lee was famous enough to feature on a Paul McCartney album cover, it was no wonder that his skill as an actor impressed his cousin, Ian Fleming, who actually wanted Lee to play Dr. No in the eponymous movie. However, it wasn't until 1974 that Lee finally got the chance to be in a Bond movie, where he played Francisco Scaramanga in
Yep, there's some Bond connections.
Gun. As always, Lee gave the role his all, and he added a lot of character to what the book portrayed as a one-dimensional villain. The extra depth and the charismatic performance made Scaramanga an interesting foil to Bond himself, and Lee's performance receives critical acclaim to this day. However, despite Lee's iconic performance, the movie received very mixed reviews, and many critics described it as middling at best. But at least Lee was so good that the movie was criticised for the villain overshadowing Bond himself. Also, while promoting the film in Dallas, Lee walked out of a hotel with the Golden Gun prop, not realising how dodgy that would have looked to unaware bystanders. A cop noticed Lee walking around with the Golden Gun and drew his gun on him, screaming at him to drop it. Lee, however, kept his cool, and both parties had a chuckle after realising the misunderstanding. At this point, Lee was 51 years old and had accomplished more than most people do in their entire lifetimes. So it's no wonder that he was honoured with an episode of This Is Your Life. But it's just as well that that happened when it did, otherwise the episode would have been the length of One Piece. In fact, Lee was so iconic that even other horror legends, such as Vincent Price, were nobodies compared to him. Speaking of legends, Lee was promoting a movie in 1975 when he was told that Muhammad Ali was in the area promoting a fight nearby, and Lee was a big fan. I mean, who wasn't? It was fucking Muhammad Ali. So Lee and Ali met in a hotel and chatted for a while, which ended with Lee promising to watch the fight. And as if this video couldn't get any more ridiculous, Lee went to the fucking Playboy Mansion to watch the fight with a bunch of other celebrities and boxers. Now, going to the Playboy Mansion in itself is pretty insane, but doing so as a married man must have required ballsy steel. But anyway, they all watched the fight, had a great time, and they all cheered when Ali, of course, won. And after his victory, a reporter asked Ali if he had anything to say to the fans. And Ali said, and I shit you not, this is a real quote, "I just want to say that I won this fight for Christopher Lee, who is out there watching me now."
Hey!
Muhammad Ali actually dedicated a fucking victory to Christopher Lee. And Lee himself and his company in the Playboy Mansion were just as shocked as you probably are. Lee was asked by a black boxer how he managed to pull something like that off, and without thinking, Lee replied with, "Black magic."
Black magic.
Luckily, Twitter hadn't been invented yet, so instead of Lee getting cancelled, the guy just laughed.
Right.
Because jokes were okay back then. Over time, the vampire curse that made Lee successful was still getting worse and worse. Eventually, his struggle with typecasting left him disillusioned with the British film industry. So, in 1977, he devised a cunning plan to gain a greater variety of roles and shake the horror image once and for all.
I go to America!
It was in the United States where Lee discovered an unexpected aptitude for comedy. He hosted Saturday Night Live back when it was actually funny, and he described it as one of the most hilarious experiences that he's ever had, and the most important thing that he's ever done for his career. John Belushi liked Lee so much that he sent Lee an autograph that read, "To Chris, you are the best in the biz. From John Belushi, second best." That is very high praise coming from one of comedy's greats. But Lee had also managed to impress Steven Spielberg, who was actually in the audience. And Spielberg was so impressed with Lee's performance that he cast him in his comedy movie 1941. Unfortunately, Spielberg sort of shot Lee in the foot here, because at around the same time, Lee was offered a role in Airplane. But he turned it down to do Spielberg's movie.
I'm streaming right now. I'm practicing.
Airplane. Christopher Lee turned down Airplane. Lee really regretted this decision when he saw Leslie Nielsen in the iconic role, and the reason why would have made it sting even more. When Lee was offered the role, he was told, "Don't touch it, you're already
Yeah, these are onion rings. I got a barbecue bacon burger.
making the greatest comedy of all time," in reference to Spielberg's 1941. Have any of you heard of or even seen 1941? But I know for a fact you've heard of and seen Airplane. Christopher Lee must have been fucking raging. Ultimately, however, Lee's move to the US paid off, and he was busier than ever, taking parts left and right, although many of them weren't quite up to snuff. However, Lee didn't begrudge the crappier movies that he was in. After all, acting is still a job, so you can't blame him for taking almost every role that was offered to him so that he could put food on the table. Despite his massive success, Lee was always very self-aware about the fickle nature of fame, and he approached his career very pragmatically, and he is quoted as saying, "I'm not deluded by the fact that I'm getting all these offers for work. I'm very happy about it, but I know also that there is the other side, and who knows, next year they may not offer me anything. You never know." After so many years as a struggling journeyman with bit parts, you can tell that Lee never took his success for granted, and it's admirable that he took every opportunity that came his way. In 1979, Lee appeared as the villain in Captain America 2, Death Too Soon, which was a god-awful TV movie that was made back when Marvel had absolutely no idea what the hell it was doing. Now, I know that it's not part of the present-day billion-dollar juggernaut, but fuck it, it still counts. Lee has in fact been in a Marvel movie. Speaking of terrible movies, Lee was also in 1985's Howling 2, Your Sister is a Werewolf. But why? Lee was a household name by this point and a serious acclaimed actor. And after all the effort he went through to shed his horror image, why would he go back? Well, it was because he had been in so many monster movies and playing so many different types of Halloween spookies that he just felt like completing the set. He hadn't been a werewolf before, so, you know, I've done all the others. Might as well tick this one off the list. But despite being in some massive duds over the years, Lee never dropped his standards and did his best in every role he was in. After all, just because a movie is bad doesn't mean that...
Hey, what's up, JT? Where'd you go? I figured your phone cut out.
He needed to achieve everything for the monster movie.
What?
Full achievement for all the characters.
That's what's up. You had a lifetime achievement?
Alright, I'll shut up.
Okay. That's understandable. Lifetime achievement is cool.
that Lee should sacrifice his integrity as an actor and phone it in for an easy paycheck. In Lee's own words, every actor has to make terrible films from time to time, but the trick is to never be terrible in them. Luckily, Lee's next notable role was far from terrible. In 1998, he played the eponymous lead role in Jinnah, which is a biopic about the founder of Pakistan, Muhammad Ali Jinnah. In Lee's own words, Jinnah was, and I quote, "a man of great vision, incorruptible, great integrity, a brilliant man." So it's no wonder that Lee considers playing this role to be the greatest thing that he ever did. Despite how earnestly and respectfully Lee went into the project, making the movie was very controversial. Lee received death threats and needed bodyguards while he was filming. But while playing someone of a different race is a big no-no in current year, under certain circumstances, that wasn't the reason for people being angry at Lee. It was because of his previous roles. According to Pakistani media, the idea of Dracula playing such an important figure was absolutely haram. The Pakistani people felt that this was an insult to a man that they held in very high regard. One newspaper even called for Lee to be arrested and deported. But if this was so...
Yo, the beatmaker, I got this burger from the distillery. This is good.
...contentious, then how did Lee manage to finish the shoot without any injury? Through jihad, Habibi. It is Christopher Lee. It's Christopher fucking Lee. You know that God wills it, inshallah. And God was not the only one on Lee's side.
Huh, what'd you say, JT? Hello? Okay.
He also had the blessing of Jinnah's family, who were very supportive. After all, it must mean a lot to have such a high-profile figure be so dedicated to telling your relative's story.
JT
Funnily
says
enough,
Kansas City has
the
better
people of
food.
Pakistan seem to agree that Jinnah was Lee's best performance, because once the movie came out there, it was very well received. You know, people that raged against a piece of media that they hadn't even seen yet, turning out to be wrong, you know, yeah, shocking. Unfortunately, despite being very successful on the festival circuit, Jinnah never received a worldwide cinema release because all of the distributors were too nervous to take on a movie about a Muslim leader. As a result, the personal highlight of Lee's career has barely been seen by the general public. But luckily, the movie was eventually released on DVD in 2005, and you can find pretty much anything on the internet. So, hopefully, word of mouth alone will be enough to get Lee's favourite performance the recognition it deserves. Inshallah. As the 20th century came to a close, Lee's life would begin to change forever. In the land of New Zealand, where the Kiwis lie, the film rights to the, in my opinion, greatest works of fiction of all time were attained by a director named Peter Jackson. Fate had set the movie adaptation of The Lord of the Rings in motion and gave Lee a chance to make an almost lifelong dream come true. To play the role of a lifetime, Gandalf the Grey.
I've been looking forward to this.
And like we discussed in the last video, Lee had the blessing of Tolkien himself to play Gandalf the Grey, or Mithrandir, as his friends call him.
So people
So
got killed?
Lee got to work. Despite his myriad of fantasy roles, Lee knew that his CV didn't exactly scream wizard. So, step one of Operation Gandalf was getting a role as a wizard to prove that he had the chops for it. So,
When it
in
rains, it
early
pours.
1997,
Just flood it where I'm at,
Lee
too.
took on the role of a wizard in the first production that he could find. He played Olwen in The New Adventures of Robin Hood.
I
Step
hate it when that
2
happens.
was getting Peter Jackson's attention, which was much easier to do than step 1. All Lee had to do was
what can
write
you do?
Jackson a letter. Lee
I
sent
wouldn't
him
know
a
how to fix
picture
that
of
one, even me.
himself in his wizard costume from the Robin Hood TV show with the message,
I feel
"This
like
is
people
what I
definitely
look
care.
like as a wizard.
You know,
Don't forget
You might not
this
know, but I feel
when
like
you
people care.
cast the movie." The plan was a lot more successful than Lee probably expected. Jackson had actually gotten his start in the horror genre, so obviously he knew who Christopher Lee was, and he was already a massive fan. In fact, he had idolized Lee since before
So you
his
say,
Hammer movies.
we're not
even
selfish, but
came
some
to
people
New
look at
Zealand.
themselves as something.
So Jackson was
Nobody's
absolutely
perfect.
thrilled when he heard that Lee wanted to meet with him.
Nope. Nobody's
Operation
perfect.
Gandalf was going
That's real.
smoothly so far, and in 1998 it was time for step
Yup.
3.
Everybody does. Everybody makes sure
The
that's being
audition.
human.
The auditions for The Lord of the Rings were held by Peter Jackson and his wife, producer and co-writer Fran Walsh in a creepy Gothic church in London, and Lee was ready for them. His looming
makes sense.
figure emerged from the shadows of this church. He introduced himself and he basically fanboyed for half an hour,
You don't know
telling
what these little
Jackson
mistakes
and
might
Walsh
cost
about
somebody.
his
You know what I mean?
meeting with Tolkien and how much he loved the books. Jackson was so pleased with Lee's enthusiasm and the fact that he was Christopher fucking Lee that Lee didn't even have to audition. Jackson
Understandable.
offered him
You know, after
the
enough
role
blood, death,
on
and
the
violence,
spot.
you get done. Not me, though.
Just not the role that Lee had.
Yeah, you want to live quietly. That's what's
As
up.
you all know, the 2 parties weren't exactly on the same page and were both talking about 2 very different wizards. Jackson and Walsh were horrified when they realised that the
It's
whole
cool.
time
You know what I mean? Like,
Lee was
at
talking
least that doesn't mean you
about
have to, you know,
playing Gandalf.
just share a long.
When they
You know what I mean? Like,
invited
at least
him
it doesn't mean you have to, like,
audition
do
for
crazy work.
Saruman. Jackson then had to spend the next half hour
I appreciate you
explaining
for helping
to
me out
Lee
and helping
that they
my
were
channel
actually
succeed,
looking
for real.
for Ian McKellen to play Gandalf, while interjecting every so often with, "Oh, by the way, you'd be an amazing Saruman. Oh, you would be fantastic as Saruman." That must have been a very painful conversation.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop this video.
Imagine being a little wholesome Kiwi man and having 6'5" of pure legendary menace looming from the shadows, staring at you like a demon, and you have to look him in the eye and shatter his dreams.
Huh?
Sadly, we all know what happened. Jackson had to tell Christopher Lee no.
So you have chosen death.
Lee was not happy. He was having absolutely none of this shit. He came to play Gandalf, and he was damned if he wasn't going to play Gandalf. After all, he had permission from literally the highest authority when it comes to Lord of the Rings. That role was his. Despite having been told no and being offered another big role on the spot, Lee made Jackson switch on the camera and
JT wants to let you guys know what you're talking about.
Yeah, when I said where he had the highest authority.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so Christopher Lee had the highest authority about Lord of the Rings. For those of you who watched part 1, if you remember, he met Tolkien, the writer of the Lord of the Rings. And that same man told him that if Lord of the Rings gets turned into the movie, he wanted Christopher Lee to play Gandalf, and he was denied and instead was stuck as Saruman.
That sucks.
But Christopher Lee, I hate to say it, was a better villain than a hero. So it kind of works out in the end. All right, I'll shut up now.
Okay. That's understandable.
Let him audition for Gandalf anyway, because he's Christopher fucking Lee. At the end of the audition, Lee, ever the professional, graciously thanked Jackson and Walsh for their time, and then disappeared back into the shadows. But why not just give the role to Lee? He was clearly a fantastic actor, extremely passionate about the role, and he had the blessing of Tolkien himself. Unfortunately, age was a big factor. Lee was getting up there in years, and the role would have been very physically demanding with all of the battles and horse riding scenes. On the other hand, Ian McKellen was 17 years younger than Lee and much more able to cope with all the heavy lifting. And by the way, this wasn't even the first role that Ian McKellen had stolen from Lee.
Oh my God.
Christopher Lee was also considered for the role of Magneto in the 2000 X-Men movie. And we all know what happened there. Ian McKellen was officially cast as Gandalf, and Lee accepted the role of Saruman. But he did make it clear to McKellen that he really wanted to play Gandalf. But really, Lee was just genuinely happy to be there, and the two wizards became very good friends, bonding over the fact that they were the oldest people on set. But it wasn't just Ian McKellen that Lee had a very good rapport with. He and the whole cast and crew got on really well, and they would all very often quiz Lee on his deep knowledge of Middle-earth lore on the set. But he would always constantly flex on
I think Lord of the Rings is
by
good.
never getting a question wrong or getting caught out on something that he didn't know.
I do watch
Tolkien
Baki
would be
Joshua.
proud. Elijah Wood even called Lee a towering human being with stories for days. Well, everyone's towering when you're a hobbit. After two great outings as Saruman in the Fellowship of the Ring and the Two Towers, Lee was shocked to find out that he wasn't in The Return of the King, despite having filmed an epic death scene. After seeing the movie, a confused Lee spoke to Peter Jackson about it. But he wasn't upset or anything about the fact that he was removed from the movie. He and millions of fans just questioned its effect on the narrative. After all, you can't just have the villain of the second movie panicking in the face of defeat at the end of the film and then running back into his tower and then just not show the audience where he ended up. Luckily, Jackson agreed, and the scene was restored in the far superior extended edition. So Lee got to bow out of the trilogy in style, instead of just getting locked up in his tower. The most notable part of the scene is obviously when Saruman is stabbed in the back by Grima Wormtongue. And I know that most of you all know the story behind this, but people will be upset if I don't include it in the video. So, when Peter Jackson was directing the scene, he wanted Lee to scream as he was being stabbed. You know, the standard Hollywood reaction. But you know how actors very often use personal experience to enhance their performances? Well, this was no exception. Upon hearing the instruction from Jackson, Lee just casually explained that a man doesn't scream when he's being stabbed in the back because the air is being pushed out of his lungs. Instead, he gasps.
I seem to recall that I did say to Peter, have you any idea of what kind of noise happens when somebody is stabbed in the back? And I said, well, because I do.
And Lee knew this because he had seen it happen during World War II. Naturally, Jackson had...
Hey, what's up, Spartan Boss? Thank you for the $10 super chat, yo. Bruh. I was looking at your old break channel. That's what's up. How's the Only Toes holding up? Jackson Brooks. Joshua Martez. You follow Logan Clintwood? Not really. Remember when I was younger, watching Vine, laugh. That's what's up, Spartan Boss. I appreciate you spending it, Spartan Boss.
No objections and let Lee do what he thought was best. After all, You just don't argue with someone who looks you in the eye and tells you that they know the sounds that men make when they get stabbed. Because that's how you get a demonstration. Speaking of stabbing, one anecdote that you might not be aware of is why Lee was dramatically impaled on that water wheel after he fell from the top of Orthanc. Peter Jackson saw his chance to be the last director on Earth to film Christopher Lee getting a stake put through his heart, and he refused to let that opportunity go to waste. Jackson set the whole thing up by telling Lee that he needed a shot after Saruman landed on heavy machinery, and he ordered his crew not to make any smart-arse comments or use terms like wooden stake or impaled while they were on the set to avoid giving it away. Jackson thought that he was slick because Lee said absolutely nothing and seemingly hadn't noticed what was going on, even as the obvious wooden stake was being glued to his chest. But just as Jackson called action and thought that he got away with it, Lee just glared into the camera and said, "This is strangely familiar. 20 years ago, I looked up and saw Peter Cushing. Now, all the way down here in New Zealand, I look up and see Peter Jackson." Lee saw right through it, and he knew exactly what Jackson was doing. But at least he took it well. In fact, Lee was very proud of his involvement in the trilogy. In one interview, Lee said that one of the studio executives asked him what he thought of the first movie. Having seen a rough assembly cut, Lee said, "You're going to make motion picture history." And he wasn't wrong. Once Lee had finished filming, Peter Jackson couldn't resist the urge to fanboy any longer, and he asked Lee to sign all of his Hammer Horror
I'm a huge
merch.
fan. That's what's up, England.
And after
Ethan England.
literally signing off from the Lord of the Rings, it was time for the next step in Lee's quest to act in pretty much every major franchise. He had just played the White Wizard, and now it was time for Lee to don the robes of a space wizard, the imposing and classy fallen Jedi Count Dooku in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. And in a possible nod to his ancestry, Lee's lightsaber was curved, which resembles Charlemagne's regular saber. And it wasn't just for show. Despite his age and needing a double for running shots, Lee actually did most of the fight scenes himself because his arms were still as limber as ever. But it must have been a frustrating experience because he had to do all of his cool sword stuff at thin air. Despite Lee being a trained fencer and more than capable of filming a legendary lightsaber duel, his opponent was unfortunately replaced with CGI. Because, well, it was Yoda. But, much like with the Lord of the Rings, the filmmakers couldn't resist a good-natured prank.
You're up against the left board, yeah. Right. Of Empire.
I make absolutely no comments at all about that.
You will have to look at that.
I didn't think you'd do that to me, George. I really didn't.
As we all know, the Star Wars prequels get a lot of hate. But Lee's performance as Count Dooku, alongside the performances of Ewan McGregor and Ian McDiarmid, is considered by fans and haters alike to be one of the saving graces of the trilogy, and he really managed to elevate the material that he was given. And for this, I think he deserves a big hand. Or no hands. The 1-2 punch of the two biggest movie franchises of the time launched Lee further into the spotlight than he had ever been since Dracula, and he gained an entire generation of younger fans. His profile was boosted even further as he worked with Tim.
Hey, Ethan, I don't even know who Jeff Dunham is. You know what I mean? Hey, Blastphamoushd, you have a ghost behind you. Oh, boy. Sauce God, Spark of Insanity. Patricia, I'm a big fan. I love your videos. That's what's up, Patricia. Oh, blah. There's a ghost or something behind you, Blasphemous. I'll tell you what, Sci-Fi HQ, you super chat me $100 and I'll look. Now, money first. Ghosts are quick.
Burton on 5 movies between 1999 and 2012, including Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, where he played the most terrifying and diabolical monster of them all, a dentist. However, Lee's scene in Sweeney Todd was cut because his song was too theatrical. So, basically, he was just too good for the movie. As the 2000s went on, Lee realised that his age was starting to catch up with him, and after decades of hard work and hundreds of movies, he decided to step back a bit and only do one big movie a year. Lee was so dedicated to that mindset that he thought doing one major movie a year was taking it easy. However, taking on less work enabled Lee to become more selective in the roles that he took on, preferring shorter and more meaningful parts. As Lee put it himself, they must be short parts, but they've got to be parts that mean something, that matter, where people will notice when I'm on the screen and people will remember the character after they've seen the film. With these criteria, it's no wonder that Lee had an important cameo in Martin Scorsese's love letter to cinema, Hugo, in 2011. He also starred alongside Colin Farrell in the film Triage, but there isn't anything particularly notable about this movie. I just wanted you all to see how small Christopher Lee makes those beer kegs look. Because the man's an absolute unit. Throughout Lee's later career, he finally received the honours that he so rightly deserved after being amazing for so many decades. He received the Bram Stoker Award for Lifetime Achievement in 1995. In 2001, he was honoured with a CBE, but the Queen later realised that this simply wasn't enough for such a mad lad. And later, Christopher Lee was knighted by Prince Charles on the 13th of June 2009 for his services to drama and charity. He also received the BAFTA Fellowship in 2011, which is their highest honour. Lee also took the opportunity to return to his roots for a while. He worked with Hammer Horror one last time, filming a cameo in The Resident. He also had a big role lined up in The Wicker Tree, which was a spiritual successor to The Wicker Man. But the role was unfortunately reduced to a cameo due to Lee suffering from a back injury before filming. He also appeared in Tim Burton's vampire movie, Dark Shadows, which, unfortunately, is a fucking terrible movie. With Lee's film appearances slowing down over time, he had a lot of free time in his hands. And while he wasn't as capable of very physical acting jobs as he used to be, his mind and voice were as sharp as ever. And so, he put them to good use. In between filming all of his movies throughout the later 2000s, Lee did a lot of voiceover work, such as recording the audiobook of J.R.R. Tolkien's Children of Hurin, and taking roles in video games, such as GoldenEye, Rogue Agent, EverQuest 2, The Lord of the Rings, The Battle for Middle-earth, and a couple of Kingdom Hearts games. Lee also dabbled a little in the heavy metal scene. He replaced Orson Welles for the...
Yeah, John Ross was telling me that Christopher Lee was in on the Kingdom Hearts games. Yeah, man, that's what's up.
Narration of a remake of Manowar's Dark Avenger, and also narrated the Rhapsody of Fire album, Symphony of Enchanted Lands 2, The Dark Secret. But Lee felt a little left out during the recording session because everyone was singing but him. So he offered to lend his impressive operatic talents to one of the latter album's songs, Magic of the Wizard's Dream. And despite the fact that it Never really goes down well when some big shot actor thinks that they can sing. The band agreed to let Lee have a go. And despite being 83 years old, he absolutely crushed it. Obviously, Lee was so good that he collaborated with the band pretty often and featured in a total of 6 Rhapsody of Fire albums. By the time the 2010s rolled around, Lee was in his late 80s, so he decided that it was now or never. He was going to make the dream that got away come true. So he went solo and embarked on a new career. At long last, he was going to become a singer. Inspired by his family, Lee recorded 2 concept albums that tell the story of his too many greats to count grandfather, Charlemagne. In 2010, his first symphonic metal album, Charlemagne by the Sword and the Cross, was released, much to the excitement of fans everywhere. As a bona fide rock star, Lee was awarded with the Spirit of Hammer Award at the Metal Hammer Golden Gods Awards in 2010. He had also been a very big fan of Black Sabbath since first hearing them in the 70s. And in 2013, Lee got to show his admiration in person when he met the guitarist Tony Iommi, who Lee called the father of heavy metal. Iommi returned the sentiment, saying that it all started with Lee, as the members of Black Sabbath were influenced by their time spent watching Dracula and his other Hammer horror movies. Upon hearing this, Lee ever so humbly responded with, "The good ones, I hope." Considering how much of a bad rap heavy metal got back in the day, it's nice to see such wholesome moments like this from its pioneers. It's just a shame that Ozzy Osbourne had to take the vampire influence part a little bit too far. And also, apparently we can now add inadvertently invented heavy metal to Christopher Lee's CV. Also, it was during this conversation with Iommi that Lee...
Yeah, I don't know who Jeff Denham is, you know what I mean? And Joshua Martis says, do I still talk to Randy? Not really. Alex Paragis, yeah, this is on Count Dooku. Man, never expected a love bit on Grand Sauce Guy. Ethan Shrew. Yeah, TJ Emile, I don't really, like, I have no smoke for him. But, you know, he's on his own. You know what I mean? He ain't my problem no more. I ain't got to take care of him. Yeah.
Revealed the most frightening experience that he'd ever had. He once visited San Quentin prison. Even before the trip started, it freaked Lee out a little bit because he was told that they couldn't guarantee his safety when he asked to visit. But, being the bad arse that he is, he went anyway. So Lee was given the grand tour, where he was shown the whole place, except for the correctional block. Lee was even quite creeped out a bit when they showed him the gas chamber. But then he walked across the courtyard with 600 prisoners.
Hey, Devontae, you say is that thing fat? You mean like my wallet? It's not, unless you're trying to, you know, super chat. You trying to, you know what I mean? You know?
Hardened.
I don't know what you mean. Is that thing fat? You gotta, what do you call that? You gotta elaborate. You know what I mean? I'm not really good at reading in between the cryptic messages that good. You know?
Criminals, some of the most dangerous men in America that get provoked just by being looked in the eye. But a bunch of them came up to Lee and asked for his autograph. But the most frightening part for Lee was when he got to the lifers block and a massive prisoner invited him in to see his cell. Now, When you are in one of the most infamous prisons in America and you are being invited into the cell of a man that's in there for life, you just don't go in, do you? No. No, fuck that. That is just asking for an encounter with the booty warrior. But Lee went in anyway, and the door was locked behind him. Lee was stuck in there with a giant brick shithouse of a man, but Lee didn't really care and just sat there chatting away to the guy and made conversation until the door was opened. Luckily, this was just a test to see how Lee would react, and it's safe to say that he passed. Other visitors tended to freak the fuck out and start banging on the door, begging to be let out. But not Christopher Lee, because no...
Man, dude got to pull a knife for me to get scared, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm locked in a room with a prisoner, I'll do the same. I don't care. Like, it's not going to do much. And I can say that having done a year. You know what I mean? Like, it's not... I never not once felt like, oh my God, they're going to get me. I never felt like that ever. Not in the whole year. Not one time. Like, if a homie would have pulled a knife on me or a shank, I'd be scared. You know what I'm saying? But like, bruh.
No one fucks with Christopher Lee. In 2013, Lee released the sequel to his Charlemagne album, entitled Charlemagne, The Omens of Death, which is harder and heavier than its predecessor, but it's still an absolute banger. Despite Lee being an absolute powerhouse, making an album is still a lot of work. So, he needed help. Therefore, The Omens of Death was arranged by Richie Fokker right before he joined Judas Priest.
What's up, the Rogue Society?
Lee also released a few Christmas EPs featuring songs such as Jingle Hell. Because why not? Lee even featured as a guest in Johnny Depp's band's first album. Speaking of Johnny Depp, he and Lee were very good friends who worked together very many times alongside Tim Burton. And being the great guy that he was, Lee held Depp in very high regard. Depp considered retiring from acting in 2013, which Lee considered to be a great shame, saying that it would be a major loss to the film industry. Lee even went as far as to say, Johnny is a star, and that's not a term I ever use lightly. There are not a lot of them around today, and it makes me sad that such a genuinely talented person...
Yeah, bro, it makes me really sad for Johnny Depp that he's such a genuinely talented person, but he's a sucker for love. He's fallen for vagina. He fell for the pussy. Like, bro, he's out here loving these hoes. That's where he fucked up at. That's literally the single thing that ruined all of Johnny Depp's, everything he's done. All of his movies, all of his acting work, all of his networking, everything, all the hard work, all the money, all the hours and hours and hours and hours and hours that Johnny Depp has put into his craft. He lost damn near all of his reputation, most of his money, all of this shit over some pussy. Falling in love with a female and trying to give her in White Knight and oh, I love this bitch and I'm gonna give her everything and treat her, and all he got was sued, lied on, shit in his bed, cheated on with 30 different other celebrities, including Elon Musk and James DeFranco. Bro, that nigga, I'm gonna stop saying it, because I might just get in trouble on YouTube. Y'all saw how they did Fresh and Fit. But this is the stuff that Fresh and Fit be talking about. Stop loving these hoes, bro. Just fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Just fuck these hoes to sleep, bro. Quit falling in love with every female that spreads herself. You know what I mean? Hey, what up? Yo. Oh, where you at? Oh, you trying to... What you up to?
The basketball players pulling up. They about to pull up.
Okay. Alright, I appreciate you. That's cool. I'm dressed. But
Yeah, they said they're like 2 minutes away, 1 minute away. I'm just outside riding the rest of it.
alright, cool. You can keep them in the front house. I'll hit you up when I'm done streaming so they can come through. But yeah, I got you, bros. That's a bet. Alright, cool. I'm gonna finish this up. But yeah, bro, like, dude, look, man, these dudes gotta stop. Bro, look. I mean, I guess, man, you know what I mean? Like, look, yeah, she belongs to the streets. Yeah, he got. You know what I mean? But dudes, they gotta stop marrying these females and then getting got. You know what I'm saying, bro? I know within like 3 times of smashing. I know within shit. How long does it take before I realize a female ain't shit or not? Shit, way before I fuck her. I'll tell you that. You know what I mean? Way before I slide. You know what I mean? Bro, you know what I mean? Like, I see all the red flags, all the signs. I see that stuff within like 30 minutes, about 45 minutes of me talking to a girl. Probably a lot less. You know what I mean? Probably maybe like 3, 4. But then again, every female I've ever boned has these issues. The problem is dudes is out here looking for perfect women that out here looking for non-hoes, which, unless you go to Thailand, my nigga, if she's American, my nigga, she's more than likely a hoe. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way I go for it. I've not been wrong since. You know what I'm saying? Females, bro, why y'all wonder why I ain't got no kids? I ain't married. Females standing, ask yourself this question. Do y'all think the females, bro, I got so many stories that I ain't told y'all, man, bro, because I've had so many females try to get me to get them pregnant. You know what I mean? They say the same shit that thirsty dudes say when they trying to do that too. You know what I mean? Like, they'll wait until all clothes is off and it's about to go down. And she'll be like, or halfway through the sex, she'll be like, hey, take off the condom. I want to feel the real you. Or no, I just, you know, I don't like condoms that much. I like the real deal. Bro, I tell females, I don't have condomless sex. I haven't had sex without a condom in 10 years, bro. Yeah, I mean, and that's real. I'm not looking to restart the countdown and any of that shit. Nope. Absolutely not. That's how they think now. Let's give what they want. Digs and bees don't go together. I'm an alien. Don't tell nobody. By the way, Fresh and Fit got demonetized by YouTube a couple of days ago, unfortunately, but they speak nothing but the truth. In most cases, when it comes to these types of scenarios. That's real talk, Sauce God. You know what I mean? Like, bro, think of it this way. Why is it that more married men delete themselves than single men? I don't even know if that number is right. But I've never heard about, I always hear about married dudes offing their wife and then taking themselves out. I don't hear about single dudes, you know, shooting their girlfriend and then, you know, taking themselves out. That doesn't happen that often. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, like, I feel like it's as dudes, we the ones that got to fix this, bro. Because dudes, we be out, a lot of these dudes out here, man, they all suckers for love, bro. Like, the first girl that gives them any positive eye contact, they want to make the girl his girlfriend. They want to make the girl his girlfriend. They want to wife her up. They want to, you know what I mean? They're looking at every chick they date. And, bro, look, I'm going to tell you a quick way to stop that, right? You know what I mean? This is how you stop being a sucker for love and falling in love with every girl you date. Stop only dating one woman at a time. It's catastrophically stupid. You'd be surprised. If you look, think of it this way. If I have hoes that if I only dated that one hoe, she would take me for everything I had, right? If I only took, because I got a couple of hoes, I got hoes. So let's take one of my hoes, right? If I took this one hoe and made her the only hoe I'm boning on, I would feel like I'm in love. I would want to give her everything, and the birds are chirping, and the trees are breathing, and T-Pain music is in the background, whatever bullshit, right? But if I take that one hoe, and I'm boning 4 other hoes at the same time that I'm boning this hoe, and I give them each a day, Now I got 5 hoes. This works with 2-3 hoes too. But if you got 5 hoes, you got one Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, maybe Friday and Sunday. You take Saturday off, so you could, you know, keep hunting. But you know what I'm saying? If you do that, you don't fall in love with none of the hoes. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to give your life to any of the bitches. Keep your options open, dudes. It's way more important than you think it is. That's what the women do. Why you think whenever a girl get into a breakup, she don't go crawling back to the dude? Why? Because she got a rebound. For some reason, dudes don't be doing that shit. Yeah. Nigga. Last, didn't the girl try to convince you that her newborn and child was yours? I've had a lot of women try to convince me that their kids were mine. You know? But again, wear condoms. That's why it's important. It's gonna be I remember this one model I was dating, bro. I was smashing on this one model for like 4-5 years. You know what I mean? It was the girl that that's the girl that when Dr. Girlfriend dumped me, you know, and left and went and got her own. That's the girl that, you know, that I started dating like immediately. That was my side chick, but she got moved up in position. Look way better than Dr. Girlfriend. That's why I didn't give a fuck that stupid bitch left. I ain't give a shit. I ain't give a shit, bitch. Yeah, I mean, the bitch that's taking your place is like 7 times better, stupid. You know what I mean? If you want to lead me, bro. Look. What's really funny about that shit is, so Dr. Girlfriend calls me 3 weeks later after she broke up with me and left, begging for me back, and she the one who dumped me. It was hilarious. Bruh, because like that's why I be telling y'all this stuff, because the only reason why I go back and let fucking Dr. Girlfriend try to cuck me, because the bitch she was trying to Adam 22 my ass, nigga. She was gonna Adam 22 my ass with the bullshit she was doing with skitting. You know what I'm saying? So instead of having to deal with that, you know what I mean, I just dropped the bitch, cut the bitch all the way off. You know what I mean? I told her, I was like, yo, look, if you want to get back with me, you gotta come back over here and bring another female with you. Cause you was out fucking other dudes, so you bring me some bitches, and we can get back together. You know what I mean? Like, bring me a threesome. I told her to bring me a threesome. She said no. That's the last time she ever got it. That's the last time she ever hung around me. She ain't never seen me since. Bitch can't get anywhere near me. She been hitting me up on Instagram and shit. She been making new accounts, hitting me up. You know why she hit me? The reason why I'm laughing so hard is because I know the reason why she's hit me up. It's because the bitch listen to skitting. She out there dating other dudes and the grass ain't greener, bitch. Stupid bitch. You found them, nigga. You found the nigga. Yeah. And then fucked it up. Oh, man. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? Bitches be goofy. You know what I mean? Some of these females, they be goofy. You know what I mean? Yo, what's up, Super Q? Kamehameha. Hey, appreciate you, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, she found out the grass wasn't greener on the other side. She'd found that nigga, you know what I'm saying? And she was playing, she just would not let go of this feminism bullshit. I'm the prize, even though I bring nothing. Bro, look. This is what's so flawed about feminism, bro. Dr. Ex-Girlfriend, bro, the chick didn't cook or clean, right? The bitch was useless besides of her vagina. Outside of her vagina, she was useless. Completely useless. But let her friend convince her that she was the prize. No, girl, he gonna have a way harder time. No, girl, if you leave, he gonna be lost. He ain't gonna be able to replace an adjustable 7. You know what I mean? That doesn't cook clean. You know what I mean? He's not gonna be able to replace that. Besides, you guys are having sex. You know what I mean? You got vagina. Like, bro, every female got a vagina. Every single one of them. And I can tell you from personal experience, all of them shits work. Yeah. Right, it was just really funny. But yo, Day of Reckoning. For the wisdom of tips you giving us. Also, your videos are awesome. Thank you, Day of Reckoning. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro. Like, that's why as dudes, we gotta start keeping our options open, bro. We can't just get one girl and then fall in love with her and be faithful with her and all that shit. That shit don't work. Women don't like that. Get this. Did you know if you're faithful, you're corny? Not only are you corny, but you're predictable. Not only are you predictable, but you're moving too fast. And she needs to take a break. That's what faithful and loving, and that's what women, that's what they view it as. So, oh, you want to spend the rest of your life with me? Oh, man, you know, I actually have a boyfriend. So, yeah, you ever heard that happen? You ever heard that before? Yeah, did you know that 9 times out of 10, when a woman says she doesn't have a boyfriend, she has a boyfriend? When a woman says she has a boyfriend, she actually doesn't? You just communicated too much thirst, and it dried her vagina up, so she had to use her boyfriend as a bitch shield to stop you from hitting on her? Because do you think a woman will tell Usher she has a boyfriend? And even if she do tell Usher she got a boyfriend, it's only because he pays all her bills, but she's still willing to fuck him in the back of a tour bus. I'm just saying. Maybe bro, they call you being lame for being faithful, bro. Bro, being faithful, you're lame. You're thirsty. You're a loser. You're low value. You're whack. You know what I mean? Because women, like, why do you think when you get a girlfriend, it's easy to get girls? But if you're not fucking any bitches, it's hard to fuck new bitches. Women like men who have women already. Look, I'm on you guys' side, okay? I wish I could be faithful to a female. I wish that kept their vaginas wet and slippery. I wish that made them compliment us and treat and massage us all the time and tell us how much they like us and offer us threesome with their best friends, but that's not the way that works. You only get that type of treatment when you're cheating or when you're fucking other bitches. That's the only time, when you keep your options open, you get that type of treatment from women. And I can tell you that from personal experience. And I can also tell you from personal experience the type of treatment you get when you're being faithful. I've done both a bunch of times. You know what I'm saying? I notice the patterns. Whenever I'm faithful, I'm thirsty, predictable, and I get flaked on. But if I keep my options open and I'm talking to like 4 or 5 other bitches, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going out of town and fucking on the bitch and then coming back into town. Oh, now she's gonna chase me. Now she's available. Now she wants to come through. Oh my God, I need to see you. I miss you so much. I can't wait to rub your back. Nigga. I don't know how y'all, honestly though, I will say this. To all you guys out there who don't keep your options open with women, you guys are some of the most mentally fucking strong people I've ever met in my life. Because man, bro, being faithful to a woman is one of the only times I ever thought about self-deleting myself. When I was younger, I was like 23, I was dating this girl named Risa. And the more I was raised by a single mother, so I used to believe in loving bitches. I used to be falling in love with bitches and believing in them and all that stupid dumb shit that don't work. I used to believe that dumb shit, right? Because my mom taught me that stupid shit. Because, you know, every woman wants a man who's going to fall for women's stupid shit, right? Yeah, I mean, they all never believe a woman's advice. It's all nigga. So it's all just meant to get you to get cucked. Nigga, it all leads to you getting pegged. If you follow the leadership of a woman, it just leads you to end up getting pegged or in a 2-dude threesome, bro. You know what I mean? Luckily enough, I've never let it get that far, bro, but I've been on dates with women and I would be following their lead and they would bring up pegging or a 2-dude fucking threesome. Nigga. Like, oh my God, I was once on a date with this one girl named Stephanie, man. Y'all, I'm not gonna... So I was hanging out with this one Puerto Rican chick, man, and I'm hanging out with her, bruh, and we on a walk in the park, right? This female, she met me at a gym. She met me in the gym out here, you know what I'm saying? And when she saw me, she got all love-struck and puppy eyes and all that shit, right? Now, you know, at the time, I was hanging around with some really stupid company. I was hanging around with some guys that were cucks, unfortunately. You know what I mean? So I unfortunately They kept preaching cuck shit to me, like, oh, fall in love and give bitches everything. And I started falling for the shit, right? So I'm going on a date with this little Puerto Rican chick, bad little bitch too. You know what I mean? Hanging out with the bad little bitch, man. And she throwing me hella choosing signals and shit. Instead of just fucking the bitch, like is what I normally do. Instead of just, you know what I mean? Like, you know, kicking it with her until she's super comfortable with me, and you know what I mean? And, you know, like, you know, go like bringing her to the crib and watching a movie, you know what I'm saying? Instead of doing that dumb shit, I'm trying to build love and trust and all this other dumb shit that is useless when you're dating women, when you're fucking, you know what I mean? Love and trust and all that weirdo shit is useless when you're fucking bitches. You know what I'm saying? It's useless. It may come in handy, I guess, some point, but it's useless if you fucking. So, you know, I'm on a date, we walking in the park and shit, man, and she starts telling me, you know, and you can tell the type of woman you're dealing with by the stories she tells you. You know what I'm saying? So she tells me the story about her ex-boyfriend, her baby daddy, because she had a kid. Her baby daddy had you know, her baby daddy loved her and was faithful to her, and she used to talk about that nigga like he was a loser because he was faithful to her and he loved her and would tell her all the time how much he loved her and compliment her physically, and all she would do is keep cheating on him because she would take all of the things that he was doing, all of the gestures of love and kindness, and never leave me, be with me, please, we're the only one for each other, die together, the only death will do us part, The more you do that to a woman, the more she'll cheat on you, pretty much. The more she'll lose respect for you. Every "I love you, you're beautiful" is her vagina getting drier. Like that's the sound. You can't hear it unless you put your ears up to the pussy. But if you do, you'll hear it. Like that's the sound of the vagina getting drier. The more you tell her you can't live without her, the more you tell her that she's your world, the more you tell her that she's your reason for existing. Like it's just drying up, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas need to stop. Niggas be turning off their women and don't even know what the fuck they're doing. Nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, if you guys wanna, you know, if any of you dudes out there are really having issues with women, you can pay me and I'll teach you the art of pretty much just fucking bitches. You know what I mean? I'll teach you all of it. I'll teach you how to get the girl attracted without entering the friend zone. I'll teach you how to talk to a bitch in front of her husband, right? And the bitch is down to fuck, but the husband doesn't freak out. The husband won't try to fight you or nothing because you got to disarm dudes, actually. When you go in and you're talking, it's better to start talking to I'm going to give y'all just this one bit of advice, right? Like, you know, dudes will fight for their women or dudes will stab you for their bitches and all of this shit. There's ways to disarm all of that shit, right? If you walk up to a girl or if you run into a group of like 7 people, 3 are dudes, 4 are women. If you walk up to the woman and start talking to her in any way, shape, or form, you're blown out. It's over. The dudes know you're there to fuck. The women know you're there to fuck. It's over. You lost. No matter what you say, there's like 2 or 3 things you could say that'll save you. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, you know, if you walk up to this group of girls and you find the most beautiful woman in the group and you start talking to her, you might get jumped. You might get stabbed. You might get shot. You know, if you say to her, "Hey, you're really pretty. We should hang out sometime," you might get jumped. You might get stabbed. You might get shot. If you walk up to that girl in front of the whole group, even if you're alone, even if you find that beautiful girl while she's alone, but she's there with her friends, but she's alone, like at a food court or something, you walk up to her and you tell her she's beautiful, that you want to hang out with her, she'll probably go to one of her dudes and tell him that you're creepy and thirsty, and he's going to shoot and stab or whatever he decides to do to you if he's bigger than you, right? But if there's 3 of them, you'll just get jumped, right? But if you instead walk up on that girl while she's with her, like with her 3 dudes or whatever, you know what I mean? She's got her 4 friends with her, and you start the conversation with the guys, right? And instead of telling stories to the woman, you tell stories to the guy, but loud enough so that the woman can hear it, you know, but you never hit on the woman. You never hit on the girl you like. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So you have to actually like disqualify yourself as a sexual mate or a potential suitor or a potential mate. You have to disqualify yourself before you can get her attracted to you. Because if you walk up to her and tell her you like her or communicate that in any way, if you're talking to a girl and you lean into her while you're talking, you're too thirsty. It's over. Right? Like it's that easy. It's that hard to fuck bitches. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? It's easy if you figure this shit out or, you know, learn it or whatever. But if you don't have anybody teaching you, it's gonna be a long road, buddy. Cause even to practice this shit, right? To practice talking to beautiful women, you risk the chance of getting beaten up, jumped, and stabbed. If you don't know what you're doing, but you gotta practice to know what you gotta practice to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why everyone should go out and find somebody who has figured this shit out, at least for the most part, and practice, whatever. So I'm not saying I'm super duper high level at this shit, right? I just know the process because I've done it a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? I've done this shit so fucking much, man. So what you do is you walk up on the group of 7. There's 3 women. There's 4 women, 3 guys. One, if you're lucky, 2 of the females are going to be bad bitches, right? Probably just 1, right? So you walk up on the group. You start a story. Start cracking jokes with the dude, you know, then start sharing a story, then start sharing stories. And then when the bad bitch comes in and regardless of what she says to you, you look at her and you say, it's too bad I'm gay or you be so my type. You know what I mean? It's too bad I'm gay or you be my type. You know, yeah. You know what I mean? And then you just keep telling stories and telling stories and telling stories. The trick is you don't say that and then stop talking. That's where a lot of dudes mess up. Right? You say, it's too bad I'm gay. It's too bad I'm gay, or I would so date you. You're really pretty. You're actually pretty. If you say that to a girl, you know what I mean, and then you stop talking, she's gonna say, so you're gay? That's what you get. But if you open that, you just let her know that you don't want to fuck, right? That you're not trying to fuck, and then you just keep showering stories. And then the next thing you say, you come in and you say to her, oh my God, or you say something like, let me see. You know what I mean? Y'all, this is a freebie. You know what I'm saying? I'll give y'all this one for free, man. Everyone deserves to know a little bit for free. You know what I mean? Or you come in and you say, hey, those are very nice nails. Are those real? Oh, I mean, well, they are nice, you know? But yeah, you know. Hey, did you guys see the fight that happened outside, yo? These 2 girls, they was actually fighting over this dude. And while they was like in the middle of the scuffle, like one of her boobies fell out, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about like a good, I'm all for seeing a ripe one. But this wasn't good. It was like a orangutan type of titty. And then like they moved a block down and then the boyfriends started fighting each other and then someone pulled a gun and for some reason pointed it at me when I was just trying to help. This is actually a real story of mine, by the way. This really happened. But if you do this type of thing and you just keep telling stories and then, you know, at the same time, when you say, now the trick to telling a girl, too bad I'm gay, you would be so my type if I wasn't. You're kind of cute. You're still kind of cute though, but you know what I mean, it's just not my type. If you say that, the trick is to say that shit loud enough so that the dudes hear you say it, right? Every dude at his core knows telling a woman that you're gay gets you you ain't fucking shit now. You ain't giving nothing up, right? So you just disqualified yourself from being a potential mate to this girl in front of all the other dudes. They're not going to protect her from you anymore. They're not going to come in and say, whoa, is this guy bothering you? Whoa, dude, hands off. What are you doing? They're not going to do none of that no more. You ain't going to get stabbed, shot, or none of that. You know what I mean? You keep bullshitting and sharing stories to everybody laughing and joking, everybody cracking jokes. You know what I mean? All the other dudes will leave at some point. Like 3-4 hours into you hanging out, they'll trust you since you've disqualified yourself. They heard you say you gay, which can be fixed 5 minutes later into the conversation by telling the bad bitch, actually it's my brother who's the gay one in the family. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I just like, you know, I just like black, you know what I mean? Me, I play video games. That's my, you know what I mean? That's my kryptonite, video games. And then go into video games. Yo, what video games you play? You look like the type of girl that play Overwatch. Me, yo, no, you look like the type of girl that play World of Warcraft. Me, I play Overwatch. I don't even do World of Warcraft no more. I used to when I was a kid. Bro, nigga. You know what I mean? The trick is you have to keep talking. You know what I mean? No uncomfortable silences, my nigga. None of that shit. You know what I mean? Nigga. You know what I mean? Look, I'm giving back, bro. Nigga. A nigga can dream. I mean, hey, shit. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? I'm, you know, just hooking y'all up. But yeah, man, believe it or not, this is a lot, you know what I mean? Because, like, you know, bro, man, it's, oh my God, bro. Bruh. But yeah, man, that was a bit of a freebie. You know what I'm saying? I can hook y'all up, get y'all a little taste. Any dude will tell you it's way more to it than just getting a girl, than just hanging out with a girl and her friends and then getting her girl and her friends to like you. It's way more elaborate than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's way more you need to do. That's literally just like, all of that stuff I just talked about, bro, that's within like the first 20, well, everything I said, probably 20 minutes of meeting her. The shorter the story, the better. Also, you don't want to talk to her in a long, drawn-out fucking story. Make sure your stories are like 2 minutes long a piece at most. You know what I mean? A minute better. You know what I mean? You wanna take a female through emotional roller coasters. You know what I'm saying? Sad, happy, excitement. You know, craziness, shocked. Take her through all of them emotions, bro. And then just like, you know, like hang out with her enough so as to where it's like after you get her attracted, you have to hang out with her for 4 to 10 hours and, you know, make her comfortable. Pretty much babysit her for 4 to 10 hours. You know what I mean? And when you babysit her, you have to be leading the whole conversation. You can't let if you let her lead the conversation, she'll talk about boring shit, get bored, leave you, and then in her brain say you the boring one. That's what happens if you let women lead the conversation. Let the woman be the leader. She'll bring up rape, and then then say, oh man, you're the weirdo. Cause if you talk about it with her, then you know what I mean, something doesn't feel good. And you get blamed for the bad feeling, bro. So, you know what I mean? You got to be the one. But yeah, it's way more to it than that, you know what I'm saying? But that should get anybody that's trying to get started. You know what I mean? Like, all you got to do at that point, bro. Oh, and you got to, it's good to have dude friends with you when you go out, when you go out doing, you know, talking to females or whatever. It's also good to have female friends with you, because if you have female friends with you, then, you know, you'll get way more females having females with you than you will going by yourself. You know, you guys already know that. But yeah, we're going to watch the rest of this video, bro. Pill Cosby here. Oh, bro, that's sad that you got to put pills in females' drinks, Danny boy. But hey, but if you come to me privately, you know what I mean, buy one of my, you know, you know what I mean, purchase some coaching from me, man. Purchase some of that from me. I'll get you to a place, bro. Within 2 weeks, you'll never think about roofing another female's drink ever again, bro. Like, bro, bro. Because I'll tell you personally, no matter what woman you want, no matter who she's dating, she's with it. She's with it. You know what I mean? No matter what type of relationship the female is in, if you do the right shit, she's with it. It does not matter. Women are way less loyal than men. Anonymous276 can say hi to Dustin. Don't forget you to go, man. Hey, appreciate you, Anonymous. Bruh. I had a lot of opportunity but never took it. That's not good. It sounds kind of cuckish. Yeah. I shit in my aunt's mouth. All right, that's good. You know, that's what's up. Check out the new Nukes Top 5. Oh, there's a new one? Hey, that's what's up. Would you get with Meg Griffin's friend or by no? I don't know. You mean like date him? Or I might plow him, maybe. But I don't know about dating. You know what I mean? Yo, Thomas the Menace down in the dumps. I'm sorry to hear that, bros. I hope things get better, bros. What do you call a homeless guy with Down syndrome? Down in the dumps. I like that. That's funny. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, no problem, man. Bro, for real, gave us a real valuable lesson of advice for free. Hey, man, you know? I mean, because look, the reason why, like, my advice is really good with females is because when I was younger, females saw me as, like, repulsive. You know what I mean? Like, nigga. Like, oh, my God. Like, and the reason why they saw me as repulsive is not because of the way I looked, but by the way I acted around them. Because I would just have fun and say whatever and, you know what I mean? Like, bro, and females see that as, like, feminine. So, as a dude, when you go around females, you got to chill. You know what I mean? You got to, you know what I mean? You got to be cool. You got to chill. You can have a good time. But, you know, you can't be, oh, okay, and this is the last bit of advice I'll give you. I'm going to start the video. So, when you're talking to a group of people, or if you're talking to a woman, a lot of dudes, they don't get their tone of voice right. So the problem is, like, if you're talking to a girl, or if you're talking to anybody, you want to talk to them at just slightly high energy level, just slightly higher energy than them. Some guys will go way above, right? So if you go way above, what will they call you? They'll say you have ADHD. You're hyperactive. You're not right in the head. You got problems. That's what happens when you talk to people. So if I'm talking to you and you say to me, hey, yo, what's up? How you doing? And I say, oh, yeah, I'm doing great. Then that's incongruent. That's, you know, I come off as weird. Or, hey, what's up? How you doing? Oh, man, dude, I'm chilling, man. That's what's up. Like, nah, that's AD. You tripping. You gonna look like you tripping. You gonna look like you need some medication, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I only say this because they try diagnosing me with ADHD, when in all actuality, I'm just a comedian that was telling jokes and didn't understand, you know, my energy levels at the time. You know what I mean? Like how to, you know, really work that shit. So with that being said, if somebody says to you, hey, man, what you been up to, yo? You want to come at a slightly higher energy level than them. See, I'm doing good, yo. How you doing? You know what I mean? A slightly higher energy level. Do that with everyone you run into and you're going to be good. Anybody out there who's being diagnosed with ADHD and, you know, bitches are saying the crap. Look, think of it this way. A perfect example, you know, a perfect example is somebody who doesn't understand, like, how to match their energy with the people they talk to, you know what I'm saying? Only come in at a slightly higher energy level than them. Designer. Nigga. He do that shit in front of women all the time, right? Right? He do that shit in front of everybody. Women, men, everything, right? Now, most people, I feel like 75% of the population would say he has fucking, like, he's got issues, right? When in all actuality, his work shows that he's a genius. He's a literal musical genius. You know what I'm saying? He's not, his, you know what I mean? His, y'all know what I'm trying to say. His, you know what I mean? The way he acts is incongruent of someone of that high of level, unfortunately. Now, people may wonder, you know, what's the bad side effects of doing that type of shit as designer, acting like designer all the time instead of conserving your energy level and matching energy the way you should be when you talk to people and conversate. This nigga, you know what I mean? Like, number one, he don't get no women. No women will bone designer because he seems like his energy level is so high, it makes the women he want to bone uncomfortable. That's what happens when you come in trying to act hyper and shit. It just makes women uncomfortable. They can't get comfortable around you. They can't relax enough to pull their breast out. You know what I'm saying? So like, I gotta do a video about this. I gotta do a whole video series about this type of shit. So, with that being said, since no women are able to get comfortable around designer ain't fucking bitches. And how do we know designer ain't fucking bitches? Because he beats his meat on a plane in front of a stewardess. You know, that's also why you don't want to do no fap. You don't want to go no fap. You just end up in the news beating your dick in public on a plane. You know what I mean? Who told this stupid motherfucker that shit, bro? Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, dude! What you got? All you got? Look, what you know how your whole body is pretty much you as a human being is built to reproduce. You know, pretty much just built to bust that nut. Yeah, whatever you do, just don't do that, and you'll have all the answers you need. Just don't do what your everything in your DNA is telling you to do, and all your psychotic all your psychological problems will be solved. But yeah, don't act hyper around women. Do not act hyper around women. Don't freak out around women. Don't be relaxed and be cool. It takes practice, but you'll get there. You know what I'm saying? Like don't do that shit. You know what I mean? Don't be running around just yelling the first thing that comes to your mind when you're around females, bro. All they'll do is not suck your dick for it. And then at the same time tell you to do it by telling you to, hey, be yourself. Be yourself. I'm not gonna suck your dick, but I mean, be yourself. You know, I'll just bone your stoic buff friend over there who isn't blurting and yelling out penguin noises every 17 seconds. Nigga. But if you take women advice, women will tell you, no, be yourself. Be true to yourself. Make penguin noises. Loud, voraciously, in front of crowds of people. Because that's you. Be yourself. But also at the same time, I don't see you like that. I don't see you like that. I thought we were more friends. You know, because I told you to make the penguin noises, but now that you made them, you've disqualified yourself from as a sexual mate candidate for me. So yeah, make the noises. Please keep making them, but do not ever ask me to take off my bra again. Good luck, niggas. Out there believing in bitches. Nigga. Oh, bro. But yeah, man. You know what I mean? I'll do one. All right, man. I'm going to go ahead and finish these videos. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But yeah, that's enough of that. That's enough free advice. You know what I'm saying?
Is considering giving it all up. Considering how long he'd been around and how big of a star he was, Lee had more than earned the right to an ego. And yet, he still went out of his way to support a fellow actor. In fact, he talked about pretty much everyone that he worked with very positively and was so humble and down to earth that pretty much every anecdote that he told in interviews came accompanied with compliments about the people involved. Lee was so generous.
Hey, yo, TJ, you say you mad at me? Aww. I remember that one story time where you told that girl that you can tell it's good genitalia is when you put your hand down there and you can feel the heat coming off of it. Yo, I really did, bro. That chick was so funny. Oh my God, that shit was so funny. I remember that story. I remember the girl I did that to, bro. That was at a party. That was so. No, so look, if you put your hand right, you can tell it's good because you can feel the heat coming off of it. Look at that. Like, so look, your hand right here. You feel that? Yeah. Like I said, you know, like, yeah. So let me see. Let me see you.
That when his 92nd birthday arrived, he had a gift for us. Metal Night, a heavy metal album about Don Quixote, who Lee described as, and I quote, the most metal fictional character I know. What a man, 92 years old and still making metal albums. 2014 also marked the end of another chapter in Lee's life, his return to Middle-earth for one last adventure. He reprised his role as Saruman for the 3-part adaptation of The Hobbit, which should have been 2 movies, by the way, but never mind, which was released between 2012 and 2014. However, he was unable to go to New Zealand due to his age, so he filmed his scenes over 4 days in a studio in London. But due to being a prequel, the trilogy still provided Lee with an interesting opportunity. Lee wasn't playing a villain because Saruman at this point in the story was still a good guy because he hadn't been corrupted yet. Lee took great care to play Saruman as the good and just leader of the wizards that he once was before he fell under Sauron's influence. He had wanted to give Saruman this extra bit of depth during The Lord of the Rings, but was unable to due to his limited screen time. Despite how those movies turned out, you can't deny that nobody cared about Tolkien lore more than Lee. Sadly, while Lee had other projects in the works because he hated the idea of ever retiring, the final Hobbit movie was the last film to be released in his lifetime. Because it's only fitting that Lee's final part was a role that meant so much to him. After having done everything and met everyone, I mean, the man, let's face it, the man essentially platinum trophied life, there was only one place left for Christopher Lee to explore. Heaven. At the age of 93, Sir Christopher Lee sadly passed away from heart failure and respiratory issues on the 7th of June 2015. Presumably because God really wanted to meet him. As you would expect, tributes began pouring in pretty much immediately after Lee's death, with Johnny Depp saying that he was as noble and gallant as he was wise, and called him the consummate gentleman, which is a much better title than the supreme gentleman. David Cameron, who was Prime Minister at the time, called him a titan of the golden age of cinema. Turns out that the Tories can be right sometimes. The following year, Lee was honoured in the in memoriam of the 88th Academy Awards. He never did win an Oscar during his lifetime, but who needs a statue at one of the more socially and morally acceptable of Hollywood circle jerks when you had Muhammad fucking Ali win a fight for you? Nevertheless, he still managed to collect his own fair share of accolades throughout his life, including several Guinness World Records. Tallest leading actor at 6'5", oldest video game narrator for the Lego Hobbit game in 2014, where he was 91 years and 316 days old, and the most sword fights by an actor at 17 sword fights. And yes, Star Wars did count. He also set the record of first spoken dialogue in an MMO with EverQuest 2. And he used to have the records for most screen credits of a living actor with 244 and most connected living actor. But he kind of lost those records because, well, he's not living anymore. Despite being a horror icon, Lee's not really remembered for scaring people. He said that whenever he was recognised, people would always say, "I do so enjoy your films, thanks for the pleasure that you have given me," which made Christopher Lee very happy. Despite having been worried about being typecast for so many years, it's good to know that in the end, everyone appreciated the man behind the monster that entertained and made people happy for so many years. Can we also just take a moment to appreciate just how much Christopher Lee managed to accomplish throughout his life? The man just gave his all to everything that he did, and he never let age keep him from doing what he wanted. I mean, who else could just decide to become a rock star in their mid-80s? The man was just absolutely unreal, and it just goes to show that no matter how old you get, it is never too late to change careers or pursue what you love. As Lee himself once said, one should try anything he can in his career, except folk dance and incest. So go out there and do that thing that you've been putting off. Finish that book, make that movie, learn that instrument.
Yeah.
But, like Lee said, don't fuck your mum.
Yes.
Because
Don't be a motherfucker. You know what I mean? And I get it. We've all heard the song, I'm a motherfucker, he's a motherfucker, we should fuck each other's mothers, fuck each other's moms. Like, it's a great song with Justin Timberlake in it, but don't, you know what I mean? Don't. Never get high off your own supply. Especially when it's vagina.
because she's mine.
My nigga said, don't bone your mom, she's mine. All right, so Mastermind, you wanted me to watch. Mastermind, Money Mastermind, you wanted me to watch underwater videos, right? Underwater. Oh boy. Oh boy. You can get high off the V. I'm pretty sure that's what it's for. You know what I mean? That's what vaginas are made for. Get high off them shits. You know what I mean? Oh my God, I can't watch this. Oh my God, what am I doing? That shit almost scared the hell out of me just now. Oh my God, what are we doing? Oh, what are we doing? Oh, what are we doing? Operation Human Shield in full effect. Oh, nigga, man, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Sharks have fascinated and terrified humans for ages. I mean, evolutionarily speaking, we're hardwired to pay attention to things that can and will harm us. Besides the very cool nature of sharks, we have a genuine fear of being pulled underwater by one.
Yeah. Oh, man!
Or of seeing a chunk taken out of our loved ones or ourselves.
Okay. Get over. I don't know about this one, bro. I just almost ran through my window, nigga. Bro, I really almost went out the window, nigga. Fuck this. I'm not no much better, but I thought I was better. I really did. I was like, bro, you know what? It's been a minute since I watched some scary underwater shit. It's gonna be fine. I'm not gonna get scared. Bro, I'm not even a minute in the video, nigga. I don't know, bro. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. All I know is, bro, when I saw that last scene, the room started filling up with water, nigga. I just had to get out. Good Lord, man. I didn't even know that I had this. Good Jesus, man. Nigga, I gotta put the nunchuck down. I can't even, because I almost hit myself in the face when that shit came up. I can't even. We're gonna watch this one quick, Money Mastermind, because I promised y'all I was gonna watch it. Because you sent the $50 super chat.
No matter the situation, shark attacks have struck a nerve in nearly every human being. Likely because they remind us we're still potentially part of the food chain. And here you'll see what we mean as we look at the top 9 unforgettable shark encounters that will haunt you. Let's get into it. Number 9. While fishing in Key West, Florida, this kayaker finds himself in a strenuous fight with a big bull shark. The determined fisherman thought he'd caught a large gray snapper on a live line and was struggling with it until he realized it was a bull shark. He kept the shark on the line, looking to see if he could get a video of it in shallower waters, only to find that the tolerant shark finally lost its patience and launched an attack.
Oh, hell no. No. Oh, shit. No. No.
You see the bull shark charge and bite the side of his kayak, startling the fisherman.
Shit. Help. No. No.
Not wanting to risk another attack, he cuts the line and flees to safer waters. Lesson learned here. Number 8. At this point, kayaking is sounding very unappealing. Even more so after this run-in with a hammerhead. A California fisherman was out fishing in his kayak when he felt a jolting bump at the rear. In the video, we see him frantically glance about him as he struck again.
Absolutely
Finally,
not.
he sees what hit him, a young hammerhead shark who's determined to make a meal out of him. Marcus had to act fast because another hit could topple his kayak over and offer him whole to the predator.
Shoot it! Shoot it! Shoot it! Up the pistol! Use the blinking! Shoot it!
What had begun as a simple hunt for halibut had turned into a battle for his life that he didn't plan for.
Fuck this!
Marcus immediately struck back at the fierce shark with his paddle, trying to fend off the repeated attacks. The aggressive hammerhead continued to circle and strike at the lone fisherman. One would think the shark would retreat after being continually hit, but he was a resilient one. For several heart-pounding minutes, the two battle it out from every angle. Then, for a brief moment, the shark backs off and slowly circles him, leaving the kayaker alone just long enough to paddle the heck out of there. Keeping a watchful eye on the shark that's trailing behind, he heads towards the shoreline. After a while, the shark had seemingly disappeared, giving Marcus some time to relax and reflect on what just happened. But not for long. The shark appears again and starts circling, searching for a way in. With one more good strike as the hammerhead comes in for another attempt, Marcus is able to fend it off and continue paddling until he reaches the shore, with the shark in hot pursuit. With shaky hands, he points out to where the hammerhead is still lingering close to the shore, impatiently waiting for him to return.
Absolutely not.
While in a shark dive in Fiji waters, the diver almost loses his head to the belly of a tiger shark. Surrounded by fish, one of the divers pops up to try and get a better view and ends up directly in the path of a large tiger shark, giving him the shock of his life. Lucky for him, a shark wrangler was quick on the draw and shoved a bar between the diver's head and the shark's gaping mouth, triggering the shark to clamp down on it, giving the diver enough time to duck and push the shark up and out of the way of the rest of the group. Number 6. Kerry Daniel was spearfishing off the coast of North Queensland, Australia, near the Great Barrier Reef with friends when he came face to face with his worst nightmare. He drifted a ways from the group and noticed a bull shark about 55 yards below him. Suddenly, the shark charged straight for him, with jaws wide open, fixing to take a chunk out of his flesh. Even if his friends were close by, there's nothing they could have done to help him. With his life flashing before his eyes, Kerry did the only thing he could. He plunged his spear gun into the hungry mouth of the shark in self-defense just in the nick of time. The shark ripped the spear gun and the line out of his hand and tussled with it. Kerry didn't realize the gun was stuck in its mouth and was waiting for it to spit it out, but then decided he'd better not stick around and got himself out of there. It all happened so fast there was barely any time to react, let alone defend himself. If you were in his shoes, what would you have done? Let us know in the comments below. Number 5. A group of snorkelers were filming a pod of pilot whales off the coast of Hawaii when suddenly an oceanic white-tipped shark appeared, displaying aggressive behavior. It kept a bit of distance and then eventually swam off, but not for long. The shark came back around a second time, making a much more uncomfortably close pass by a couple of them before disappearing again. After some time passed, the group returned their attention back to the pilot whales when the shark suddenly re-emerged.
Come on, bro.
This time targeting one of the guys that had just begun to dive down. With a swift turn, it sunk its teeth into the man's arm and back before backing off once again. Thankfully, the diver escaped with only minor lacerations, and lucky for all, the shark went away after sampling its pound of flesh, and the snorkelers were able to leave the water safely. I guess the shark didn't like the taste of humans after all. Number 4. Julian was diving in the deep blue with the Under the Pole team in the South Pacific when he had the crucial fight for his life. The divers were just starting the decompression stage of the dive when a gray shark caught their attention, confusing the crew with its weird, jerky way of swimming. They'd never seen anything like it before in all their years of coming in contact with sharks while diving. Julian filmed the shark during their ascension, watching it sway back and forth in a weird manner. He followed the shark off the wall into open water, getting dangerously close when it suddenly turned and attacked him, sinking its teeth into Julian's head. After a heart-pounding moment, the shark released him and charged the diver, filming the scene before disappearing into the deep blue.
Oh, shit!
The situation became critical. Julian was bleeding, and they didn't know the severity of the bite, but they couldn't advance quickly to the surface since they had to go through the decompression stages, critical to a diver's safety. During the attack, the shark bit through his mask and lost his rebreather. He remained calm and was able to use his emergency bottle. Fortunately, Julian was able to hold out until they reached the top, where he was stitched and treated on the boat.
Nope.
The crew members couldn't believe how fast the attack happened.
Nope. Nope.
Number 3. While divers were filming great white sharks from the safety of a shark cage in the Guadalupe waters, a large shark approached, taking a curious bite of the rubber on the side of the cage. Realizing it's not edible, it turns its attention to the contents within those steel bars. As it circled slowly to the front, divers watched on as the shark lightly tested the bars, giving them a nice show of the razor-sharp teeth lining his jaws before moving on. Getting in a shark cage is not for the faint of heart. Sometimes things can go horribly wrong, but these divers were thankful for their best-case scenario. Number 2. Paul and friends went spearfishing at the Coral Sea in Australia when they encountered the worst thing imaginable. While on a breath hold, a tiger shark happened upon them, aggressively charging Paul and his dive buddy several times. They try to fend off with their spear guns, doing their best to keep it at bay, but it refuses to leave them alone.
Don't do none of that.
The shark repeatedly advances on the two men again and again, trying to find a way past their spear guns, all while they ascend to the surface and call for the boat. Getting out of the water poses significant risk, but the two manage to hurl themselves into the boat just in time, and the crew celebrates, ecstatic that they just escaped this wild encounter.
Damn.
Number 1. 8-year-old Nathan was spearfishing in the Bahamian waters while his parents watched over him from the boat.
Nope.
He was going from reef to reef, exploring the little nooks and crannies, and had just come up for a breath of air when a 5-foot black-tipped reef shark appeared and slowly advanced on the young boy. Nate readied his spear in self-defense as his father was quickly handed a spear just in time to help fend off the shark that launched at the young boy, saving him from what could have been a very nasty bite.
No.
Despite these crazy encounters, it's not often you find yourself face-to-face with a shark when you step foot in the ocean, but that doesn't stop us from feeling heightened senses of fear of the deep blue sea, and these videos likely will add to that paranoia.
Hell no.
It certainly did for me. We'll catch you later.
Nigga. Absolutely not. Blastphamoushd does not do sharks. Does not do any forms of water, really. Yo. Alright, y'all. Yo. Okay, so there was like one more, of you guys that wanted, that had a reaction request. Himalayas, was it you? It was you, wasn't it, Himalayas? Himalayas, you had a request, right? You super chatted earlier. Yeah. You did a super chat first. I'm sorry, Himalayas. I forgot, girl. Yo, I got you. Yo, Himalayas, yeah. What's your request? Yeah, your turn. I remembered you. My bad. I forgot who did they, you know what I mean, who had donated first. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah. Something sad music, bitches. Yeah, it's slowing it down for the ladies. Yeah, for the bitches. It's for the bitches.
She said, give me head, bitch, after you. Fun them going first, I go after you. You get robbed for your flashy shoes. Bitch, you get robbed for your rap.
I love this song. Alright, Joe, yeah, I remember the Blastphamoushd Comment Awards. Alright, so we're gonna watch this mug.
2014.
Alright, so Himalayas requested for me to react to one of my older videos, Comment Section Award. This video got 1.1 million views, yo, so Comment Awards. I'm gonna have to watch some more Comment Award videos, bro. Thank you, Himalayas. I'm gonna check out some more Comment Award videos. I forgot how funny these were, and I haven't even seen a lot of this yet.
2014. Someone tell Plankton his wife Karen out here hoeing.
Bruh!
Put it
it is, guys? Nigga, that's funny. BHD, and today we are here for the first national all-state comment awards. So a lot of you guys have been hitting me up, telling me about this and some other videos like it, and you guys said it was funny. And I trust y'all, because if y'all think I'm funny, then I know you have good taste in bad humor. Self-deprecating. If you guys want to watch the original video, the link's in the description down below. Let go.
Oh, I ain't okay, lovely. Leave a funny comment for your chance to be featured. Make sure you're subscribed. See you tomorrow. I'm a slut for water, an H2ho if you will. If you were born after 2000, you are permanently 7. I sing a lot for someone who sounds like a fucking walrus. Roses are red, your mum is fat, the downfall of Postman Pat. Please do not call you.
Hold on. Wait. What?
Yourself a baby boomer if you have never detonated a baby. Hey, did you ask yet? No, my mom's in a bad mood. I can't hang out with the same person too many times. I only have 9 shirts.
What?
Help, I'm studying and a raptor is throwing bananas at me. 9 nicest weapons that will shock you. Sorry I haven't been replying. I lost my aunt last night. You lost your aunt. Did you find her? Brittany, no. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I screwed up so bad.
Oh my god. Sorry, I haven't been replying. I lost my aunt last night. You lost your aunt? Did you find her? Brittany, no. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. That is dastardly.
You done fucked up. Laying down looking at the stars. Do you ever look up and think about how small you really are? Me. Actually 5 inches is average size. You need to get it the fuck together right now. Wrong person, sorry. Now you right. I do need to get my shit together. Why is this something I would say? You're still mad, I can feel it through the phone. When you fart in class and someone else gets blamed. Sneak 100. This year Easter is on April 1st, so is it really Easter, or are we just being fooled? When your younger siblings lies to your parents to keep you from getting in trouble. Stop
That's so true!
letting your heart and your pussy choose your men. I'm confused, what is left? Oh never mind, LMAO my brain.
Stop letting your heart and your vagina choose your men. I'm confused. What is left? What is there? What is there left? Nigga!
You right, CZLOLU is right. How white dads answer the phone. Our open relationship. How I got chlamydia.
Our open relationship. 3 months later, how I got chlamydia. Bro, man, y'all gonna get tired of letting these females run y'all relationships, bro. Nigga, y'all gonna get tired of letting these females take the lead, my nigga. Nigga. Savage! I have to take a whole lap on that one, yo.
Our open relationship. How I got chlamydia. Class goes to a movie. Kissing scene appears. 3rd grade niggas. Get me the f out to here.
The hell?
Taking pics with your boyfriend is an extreme sport because you have about 15 seconds to get a cute one before they are over it. My literature teacher. My essay written at 4 AM. The fuck is this? Me and my bank account looking at each other after spending $5.
Nigga.
When you're about to fight someone you can't beat, so you get your big brother. We should have a holiday called Space Day where all lights around the world are shut off for the whole night to reduce light pollution so we can see the galaxy. We should legalize cannabis in all 50 states, use the taxes to repair roads and highways and call it Operation Pothole. If the goal
Operation Pothole, I see what you did there.
keeper is allowed to pick up the ball, then why doesn't he just pick it up and run across the field to the other goal? Is he dumb? FIFA wants to know your location. Don't date the girl that's hard to please. My girlfriends go to drunk food is cheese. Do you have any idea how fulfilling it is when another human acts like your god for buying craft singles? Hey babe.
Yo, that's real, bruh. That's so real.
You should come over. Can't babe, I'm trying to make a new meme. I'm home alone. Can you not read? My stepdad comes in drunk at the end of the night and walks into the kitchen. Him, what time is it? Looks at the microwave that has 53 seconds still sitting on it. Him again. 53. That's late. It's so hard hiding the truth from your friends. I'm fine, Hannah Montana. Me, today is going to be a productive day, and I'm going to get a lot done. Also me taking a math test. Jesus is always the answer. Boy, you look like a red balloon. Boy, you got a super knuckle nun knuckle belt buckle banana truffle head. Whoa. Sent nudes. I'm strangely aroused.
I can't do nothing with that. Dudes, nigga. Bro, a female will really do that shit to you, bruh. Tell her to send dudes. Send dudes. See, this dude is messing up. You know what I mean? He's not doing what I would have told him to do if I told him to do stuff. You don't ever ask a woman to send nudes. There's no point. Like, it is fruitless. Like, and never send a nude yourself as a guy. There's no point. You know what I mean? There's no point, you know? So dead! Bro, who made that photo, bro?
The struggle of having chubby cheeks. When Nance says she wants to get a new house with more natural light, LOL same. I hate to be the one to ask, but what the f is water? I only date guys who are classy, me. When your squad leaves you to die in the storm. When he said that he was out playing ball with the homies but his top lip smelled like ass and tuna fish.
Man, that's worth it.
When you get the extra oily slice.
Oh.
Doctor, are you sexually active? Old woman, yes. Doctor, that's disgusting. 13-year-old me, no I'm not gay. Closet. This one right here, officer. You are the result of 4 billion years of evolutionary success. Act like it. I bought a fart in a jar from eBay. I'm thinking of shower sex and you're thinking of My Little Pony movie. I mean, pony porn is a thing. Me as a parent.
It better be. Hot damn almighty, it better be.
Today's Wi-Fi password can be unlocked by texting a photo of a clean kitchen to mom. Said photograph must contain 1 box of crackers on the counter by the stove to prevent reusing any previous photos. Thank you for playing. May the odds be ever in your favor. Love, mom. Steps out of shower freezing. Fanagus. Her 2014. Someone tell Plankton his wife Karen out here hoeing.
That shit funny, bro. Oh no! That's only funny because I've seen the show and we all know that Karen is the computer in his lair. That is the perfect meme. And the Toshiba laptop is actually pretty thick. You know what I mean? I would hella smash. I just need to know if it has a 3.5-inch floppy disk drive. We're gonna edit that out.
Someone tell Plankton his wife Karen out here hoeing. Furaffic fuck. When you have chubby cheeks and people can't stop squeezing and poking your damn face. No. When America finds out sebaceous glands produce oil. You're not really my type. I'm more into shy guys. You. When my family asks me about my love life, there is no news. After I give advice, I always end my sentence with I don't know this, so you can never say I ruined your life. What brought you to Florida? I like to tickle old people. Haha, they're so cute and helpless. Sometimes I'll go into a retirement community and just see how many elderly people I can tickle before they kick me out. Anyway, there are a lot of old folks in Florida, so that's why I'm here. Roses are red. In French, egg is oaf. Shia LaBeouf is starring in movie about Shia LaBeouf, but he won't be playing Shia LaBeouf. Marvel, Infinity War is the most ambitious crossover event in history. Me. You know I had to. A lot of people think the dopest part.
Nigga, that's the Bow Wow challenge right there. Bruh. I need to start doing the Bow Wow challenge.
Part of hibachi is when the chef does the runyon train, but it's actually when your dad pulls you to the side in the parking lot and tells you he hasn't been able to make it work with your mom and they're getting a divorce. When you hear your mom's car door slam and you forgot to take the chicken out the freezer. This is Chef. He's hype as heck for the game. Claims he's been a fan forever. 13 out of 10 really hopes both teams have fun. Did you just censor the word heck? Please watch your language. Where's my f***ing porridge? Where's my mom? Me browsing incognito mode. FBI niggas. Mountains get big cause they have no natural predators. Y'all, why didn't the lady tell me this is what I looked like in my graduation pictures? I'm heated.
Oh man. Tell me why this nigga look like an unemployed WWE wrestler, bro. Like, you even see, like, you can just picture the belt over his shoulder, except he hasn't won it because he's not good. So yeah, edit that out. My bad. Y'all don't deserve it.
Me, I need another pokey thing for the map to plan the ambush. Soldier, you mean attack? Me, yeah, but like by surprise. French people thinking macarons are original when everybody else knows SpongeBob did it first. When you have an endless wiper and someone starts knocking on the bathroom door. Me, yesterday I looked at my own butthole in my vanity mirror. Priest, once again kind of weird, but not a sin. Silly bands, play the craze. Vin Diesel, Vin Propane. Don't trust anyone, so I watch my own back. Logan Paul merch, 12-year-olds with their mom's credit card. And to my right you'll see two grown men playing Jenga with chicken nuggets. What are you up to? Hey, what are you up to tonight? Babysitting. How is it? I'm proud to be a virgin and I will remain a virgin till I die because I want to be a good example to my children.
Wait! Hold on now! How does one have children if you ain't never smashed though? Nigga. Yeah, that's a question. What?
Nothing's more deadly than when you're walking and your slide gets caught like this. When the squad is ready to go out to hit on some girls. Me, is the test hard? Classmate, well, not if you took good notes and paid attention in class. Me. When you miss a question in Kahoot and drop from 1st to 6th. Man hit by train. Sup, I'm Chad, been sober for like 40 days. Not in a row or anything, just total. When you fall trying to do 6 scooter tricks in the Taco Bell parking lot, now you have to wait for your mom to pick you up and take you home. Fuck it, one shot of tequila won't hurt. 3 hours later, man kicked out of McDonald's for putting his dick in a burger and yelling, "This is real meat, you fuckers."
Bruh! I'm done. I don't think it's possible. This is real meat, bitch. This is what real meat tastes like, bitch. This is real meat, bitch. I can't even imagine, bro.
When your friend doesn't reply in a long time. LOL, is you dead? When your dog's laying with you and someone tries to call it so they can lay with them. Back off, bitch. Wife alert. When there's life alert, hey there big boy, you gotta stop doing this, Edna.
You got hey there, big boy. You gotta stop doing this, Edna. Oh, come on. Say it. Like, no means no, bitch. Like.
You used baby oil so you know your baby is well protected. Happy Mother's Day to all moms. All my life I thought they were cookies. Now I see. They are just old used sponges. Wow. Are there any classes you're struggling with? Just the bourgeoisie. What? Nothing, professor. Cancer cell under a microscope. Posting Fortnite wins on Snapchat. 710. Rotate. Me. Dang it. Crap. Shoot. Heck. Frick. Fudge nugs. My Christian Minecraft server. I prefer the real Neptune. I said the real Neptune. Perfection. What's this used for? This shit ruined so many friendships. You're not supposed to be on those kinds of websites. Growing up with siblings. I'm sorry. You're fine. You're fine. Please.
Oh my God, I did that! But it was a coat hanger. I threw a coat hanger when I was a kid and it got into my little sister's eye and it was bleeding and everything, man, and she still never snitched on me.
Don't tell mom. Sitcom. Make some funny joke. Laugh track niggas. You. Romance is dead. Me an intellectual. Let me eat that pussy. Y'all, I just stumbled upon an actual wedding in Walmart. What the fuck? UFO caught on tape. It's blunt, homie. You ever notice how every odd number has an E in it? Me. Marvel, Infinity War is the most ambitious crossover event in history. Me. That's so sweet. Life of Hannah Montana. Pro tip, if you ever text something weird to your girlfriend, just say sorry, wrong person, and she'll let it go. Works every time.
No.
I wanna bounce up and down on that butt like it's my own personal trampoline. Ah, what, lol. Sorry, wrong person. Wait, then who the f was that for? That was close.
Yeah. The only thing you've accomplished in that situation is becoming single immediately. Make sure to click the screen if you guys want to watch some of my other funny videos. Lego or Twisms. Definitely one of them. Alright, y'all. Yeah, I mean, that has been the stream for today. Yeah, I'm saying I was just about to go and jump in the shower. Luckily enough, I remember my stream is still on. I'm not going to iShow speed y'all this time. Yeah, I'm saying not unless you pay for the only toes, you whore. Huh? You good energy little whore. That's what you call them. You know what I mean? Damn, you got good energy for a slut. No. Yeah, I mean, they like that. Nigga. Yo. All right, BHD. Have a good rest of your day, man. Peace. That's what's up. $5 per follow. Yo, Himalayas, did you like the video? You know what I mean? You like the videos? You know what I mean? Money Mastermind, you like the videos? You know what I'm saying? Glad y'all enjoyed that. Feet photos ain't cheap, nigga. You ain't never lied. That's for real, for real. I'm about to make sure I turn off my stream this time. I'm trying to show you all my balls again.